Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So, today, we will be continuing our pet hunt, just answering some questions here and there if you guys have any, and probably messing around with the new mythic a little bit. Not really anything too over the top, that I'll be using it a lot, that's for sure. I definitely plan on using it a decent amount when the new Doomskull mechanics end up coming in on the next kingdom next Friday, 6 days from now. But not really too over the top at the current moment in time, so not much to go over there. As far as things that happened, we are at 20 pets now, so we did find 3 more. I believe we found the one that looks like Groot, a Mimic, and I forgot what the third one was. But we did find 3 more. And with that being said, we did finally find a Mimic again. We technically had it as our second one, but due to a glitch on Monday, it prevented us from getting it, even after resetting the game multiple times, as well as playing multiple battles and winning them. But where's the thing? Troops and pets. But yes, we have gotten ourselves a Mimic. The golden gold coin. I didn't know what to name him. But yeah, we ended up getting the gold Mimic with a gold border, because he's gold. But anyways, yeah, we got him up to legendary. I think it costs around 1,300, 1,400 gems, somewhere around there. I plan to do the same thing to Moon if we ever get him. And those are the only 2 I'm really planning on buying at all. Mainly because they reduce the amount of time you have to grind. Is it really worth it? To most players, probably not. But if you have the spare gems, probably. But yeah, I wouldn't do it to Mythic. I've heard people spending as high as about 2,500 to 3,000 getting them to Mythic. I did almost half of that just getting it to Legendary. So it's definitely a lot of gems to throw down, that is for sure. And I'd rather just get it the last 1% over time. Getting it to Legendary is half the cost, and you get 4% of the effectiveness. You only get 1% additional effectiveness for getting it to level 20. So you might as well do it very long over time. And we only need to find 14 more copies of him. So if we find like 6 more events of him, actually probably a little bit more than that, depending on how lucky we get on baskets. But yeah, we'll get him up in time. I don't want to get him too early, because then we're just disenchanting them for pet food, which I don't want to do. It's still a decent value disenchanting them for pet food, but it is definitely better value just waiting and being patient, that's for sure, and just letting it upgrade naturally. But yeah, there we go. That's all 20 of our pets. Also, I didn't even realize you can actually see this to see your exact number as well. I noticed this earlier. Most of these numbers don't work, but the pet one does appear to be correct, from what I could tell so far, and it does say 20 out of 36. Anyways, let's start the grind. Oh, is Techni on right now? Someone just mentioning his name in the global chat. But yeah, I guess we'll start off, since we don't currently have a pet. Let's start in casual PvP and grind it for like 30 minutes and see if we can actually go find one. So we can actually go get a new one. Hopefully a new one, I should say. There's about half of them could be new, so decent chance that we'll get a new one. And in we go. Hello everyone. Hello, Bunny Killer, Meternach Film, JZG, Frag Hunter. Who else? Who else? Jamie, Ellen, Elite Gamer, and Medieval. Welcome, everyone. Soul Reaver says hi. Well, hello, Soul Reaver. And dead. Oh, that was quick. Well then, apparently we already have one active, and it didn't show it to me. But there we go. We got a Mimic. Another Mimic. I was just talking about this guy. Well, let's go get more copies of him. We already got him to Legendary, but of course it's going to take a ridiculous amount to get him a little bit further than that. I've been using this against Goblin teams. I feel like I'm going to stop, though, and just use my normal team. I did this just because I kind of needed Devour on one of them, because it was being annoying. But, yeah, let's just go with something a little bit more standard. Actually, you know what? Let me go the Mercy variant. Just hope it doesn't go crazy. Mercy, Divine, Ishbala, Divine and the Infernus. And just go all out that way. And go with the Talon Banner. Oh, by the way, we haven't really gotten to use it much, but we do have the Divine pet now, the Peace Pigeon, which is giving us 5 HP and 5 armor when using this team. As well as, how much does it give when we're not using that? And it also gives 2 additional HP and armor while we have the 1 missing. And if we get it up 1 rarity, that will go up to 5 as well when we're only using 3. Or 3 total, I should say. 3 total benefit from it. So pretty nice. Not too bad. While it's not the best of stats, it's still more than what we had before. and it could be the difference between not dying and dying to an ability. Because right now we have an overall 10 higher durability than what we would normally have, which is pretty nice. Okay, we'll go grab that. But yeah, there's definitely better stats out there, that's for sure, but given that we're already running this team to begin with, it's pretty much just a free benefit for doing nothing. We're not going out of our way at all to build this team. It's already a fully legitimate team. It's not like we're building something slightly weird just to use the bonus. We're getting it pretty much just on top of doing nothing more, since it's the exact same format we'd normally use. I haven't really gotten to utilize it much, but at least it'll come in handy here. And I think the 3 times will come in handy for Guild Wars, because I do run that occasionally on some of the days. Okay, we'll go throw that down. Generally, when it comes to pet bonuses, I'm lucky mostly just to Guild Wars, because out of every piece of content within the game, Guild Wars and quick PvP are the 2 most important, I would say. And, yeah. Basically, we need the pure colors for Guild Wars and a few other ones here and there. And we need the, I really mainly just need the dragon one, I think, for PvP. The dragon, the divine, and that's about it. I don't really run too many other pure types at this current moment in time. And I guess elementals, because you run that for quick, casual PvP. Hello, Adrena. Welcome. Do we have alignment on that? No. And I don't believe we still have it. Or still don't have it, I mean. Don't even have a diviner anywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it and hope something happens. I don't see on the board. Nope. Apparently, we definitely did have nothing. At least there's so many skulls on the board, we could just take one and dead. Actually, you probably would have just died to burn at that point. Hello, Yamos. You just logged in. You think it's worth it to spend the gems to get the Mythic Mimic for 5% gold? It's worth it to get it to Legend. I personally don't feel like it's worth getting to Mythic. I'd even bother getting it to Mythic. But it's worth considering getting it to Legendary. Because you only get one... You have to pay almost double the amount of gems just to get it up 1% if you want it to Mythic. So you get mostly value just from getting it to Legendary. So there isn't much a need to go throw that extra 1%. Yes, Gold Mimic, as in we got it to Legendary. The new Mimic, finally. Yeah, it's 4% gold, meaning we have to play PvP for about 25 hours or so, about 25 to 30 hours, which is about how much we play in 1 week. But basically, for every week I do of gold farming within PvP, which is about the average amount, I would say, about 25 to 30 hours a week, I basically get 1 free hour of gold farming automatically from having a 4% Mimic. That's not too bad. It's definitely a lot of resources to put out for it, but if you just have gems laying around, it's at least doing more than if you were to get a new troop. New troop wouldn't really do much. Like, us getting the new Mythic, that doesn't increase our resources at all. But getting that Mimic up, getting a Moon up, stuff like that will. They're the 2 ones that I'd probably say are the absolute best value to actually get up. There's 2 reasons for this. The first one is that they're resource-based. The second one is, unlike every other pet, they actually gain a 500% bonus from being maxed, whereas most other pets only gain a 100% bonus by getting maxed. What I mean by that is most pets are 2 times, and then they go to 3 times. But this goes from 1 times all the way to 5 times. So it does have the biggest amount of increase from actually getting it leveled, which means they're a little bit more sought after to actually get leveled, which is why not everyone, but why a lot of people are looking to upgrade the Mimic. Not so much about the Moon, because most late game players already have more souls than they ever know what to do with. I think I might get it to like level, to the epic rarity or something like that. I do want to get some of it. I'm not fully certain yet though, because as I mentioned, most late game players have more souls than they know what to do with, whereas gold is still useful even this late in the game, because there's no amount of gold that you can ever have that would be enough gold, because you always have to keep dumping into your guild to give your guild more resources. Yeah, we found 2 Mimics so far. Technically 3, if you count the one we didn't get on Monday. But, yeah, out of all the ones that we keep getting over and over again, I actually don't mind us constantly getting the Mimic. That's one of the best pets we could actually be finding at the moment. There are things, stat-wise, that are obviously better than it. But as far as just from a resource standpoint, it is the best thing you could find. Because out of the 3 that currently exist, gold is the best resource. Well, I guess technically the Moon for souls too. But that's only if you haven't done the soul grind yet. If you've already pretty much done a good majority of your soul grind, like if you have Dawnbringer and stuff, you're pretty much at the point where you don't really need many more souls. Alright, we'll go through that then. All from PvP or Explore? Pets aren't in Explore. But it does work in Explore, the gold bonus. The gold bonus works everywhere, if that's what you're referring to. The few percent gold bonus for Mimic and Moon Moon, or the soul bonus for Moon Moon. Both of those bonuses work in every piece of content within the game, assuming that other percents also work on it. So things like PvP, Explore, but those are like the main two places, Arena, and stuff like that. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. Do I have a pet event? Yes, I have a pet event going right now. We have the Mimic going. Or why do I have a pet event? Because the guild has a pet event. If anyone in your entire guild finds a pet rescuer thing, or what's his name, pet gnome, then your entire guild ends up getting it for 1 hour. And apparently we had 40 minutes left on it, so they did it about 20 minutes ago. Which is why I'm doing it now, just so we don't accidentally run out of time. Generally, it takes me around 15 minutes. I think it goes a little bit slower right now. But, yeah, about 15 to 20 minutes, I would say. Even if I'm doing it a little bit slower. It can obviously take quite a bit longer than that, depending on what you have. There we go, move that down. But you'll find them eventually. It really just depends how active your guild is. And if nothing else, you can always go and just do the guarantee ones that appear to be every 6 days from what I can tell. Which is going to be annoying because that means it's eventually going to line up on something like a Friday or a Saturday. Which are the 2 days that most people are probably going to be grinding them out. So that is a little bit annoying. That's not Wednesday every single week. But at least, I believe next week, since it's 6 days away, I believe that's on Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken. So it'll be Tuesday, then on Monday, then on Sunday. And the only problem after that is it's going to be on Saturday the following time. But we still have several pets before that ends up occurring. I don't have any alignment here. So we'll just throw this. And it actually did work out. Nice little cascade and then kill it with that. And overkill it with the explosion. Hello, Esmito. Have they changed the loot table from treasure gnomes? They added the pet gnome to it. But other than that, I don't believe they did. From what I can tell. People fixed what I said earlier. I think I said that pets were added to the pet gnome thingy. I misread it. It was just the pet gnome. Not exactly pets themselves, necessarily. But no, the drop table is pretty much the same. Or is the same. For the most part. But yeah, you might want to still save your vault keys, though. It's always best to save them for when there's a pet gnome event. I mean, for, not pet gnome event, for a treasure gnome event. Which I believe the next one is 3 weeks from now, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's about every 2 weeks after every bounty hunter. And bounty hunter is in 1 week from now, next Friday. Also, New Kingdom next Friday, by the way, too. I've been mentioning that some. Actually, I should have probably made that the title. I'll probably be doing a video on Doom Skulls beforehand. Just kind of explaining what they are before the Kingdom actually comes out. Because there are a few troops that can kind of still use that mechanic. Oh, is it every Wednesday? Then, wait, did I look at it incorrectly then? Wait, how many days away is, oh, never mind, I have one active. I can't see how many days it is. Yeah, that would be great if it was every Wednesday. That would actually be perfect. Because as I mentioned earlier, if it's constantly on a dead day like Wednesday, that would work out best. Because if they did it on a really active day, that would be horrible. Because everyone would be on, but then unable to get pets. Yeah, Wednesday would be the perfect day if they were to do that. Because a good majority of people do nothing on Wednesday. Or, you know, as in free time-wise. Let's see. Oh, I'll go take that over. But from what I last checked, it was Tuesday when it aligned to. Which makes me think it goes like every 6 days or something. But I'll go double check it once our pet expires. I guess I just looked at it incorrectly earlier. Okay, we don't have any alignments on anything, do we? Let's throw Infernus down. Decent damage. Problem with goblins, though, is they get to loop so well if you accidentally misclick. Or not misclick, but, you know, do a move that kind of just backfires. But it's definitely going to happen. It's going to happen. We'll get a mercy down. I've gotten some really weird losses to goblins during these battles. Because 4 times goblin, regardless of what composition you run, tends to be pretty good. And when you start getting into stats like this, it can be really annoying sometimes. The AI is also relatively decent at using goblins. Mainly because there's very little they can do to mess it up. Also, that would backfire quite a bit, and that's what I was referring to. You gotta be careful not to give them that much mana. Can you stop hitting so hard? Okay, we'll go take the burn damage kill. We'll throw this at it. And now all we really need is 1 more cast or 2 skulls, and there we are. And down it goes. The goblin's definitely very annoying. And I believe it even runs like the meta team for the final battle as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's basically like the normal team plus a goblin shaman. Oh, we got 0 pets. Oh, well, at least we get the guarantee one. But oh well, we're starting to rack up a lot of white pet food. Pretty sure there's people with way more than us, of course. But yeah, this is the really annoying team I was mentioning earlier. It's basically the meta, except in the wrong order. It's, and normally you wouldn't use Goblin Shaman either. But it's Fizzbang, Nobin Brothers, Goblin Shaman, and Queen Grapple Pot. The only thing off that's really different from this is it's not using the correct banner. And it would normally be used in order of Nobin Brothers, Grapple Pot. Nobin Brothers, Princess Fizzbang, Grapple Pot, and probably Goblin Rocket in last slot. Though Goblin Shaman, I guess, kind of does work. But yeah, it's still really annoying nonetheless. Because of how high stats it has. It's probably the hardest battle I've found in pets so far. It keeps coming up too. I don't know why it's so common. I feel like every 3rd pet has this as their battle. Which is annoying. Because it's definitely really strong. And as I said, from what I could tell, it's actually the strongest thing you'll ever have to fight in pet battles. As well as just in general. We're gonna move that over. Let's see. We'll go throw that into blues. See what other things we have to drop. Mercy we don't really need at the moment, so I'm not gonna bother going for it. I don't have the alignment for the other thing, so hopefully we don't get rid of too much of this. Oh wow, we actually kept it into place. Kind of, never mind. We moved it. But we still have it there. That's actually a really nice cascade. Oh, very nice again. Wow. Back to back. And, well, that worked out nice. Guess we won't struggle this time around. Guess we'll take this skull and then find out what our next move is by seeing what he takes. And yeah, that doesn't really help us much, does it? Guess we could still convert out blue or something. I'll just take that, I guess. Aw, he ruined it. I could have gotten it, but then he took it away. Mercy's tempting, but it doesn't look like he gets everything. I think I might just get rid of blue here. We'll do that. Didn't get a magic buff. Got most of our mana, though. Only 1 off, but we could just Mercy it. Get our HP buff so we don't die to skulls. Take all that just to get it off the board. Divine or Spala just to clear out things and get some skull damage. And I guess we Divine her once to hopefully get magic buff. Again, when we actually need it, we never get it. Okay, we'll go throw that down. Nice extra turn. And no aligns. We'll just take that. Still no align. And I guess we'll just throw in Furnace again. And 1 more will do it. And that's match. Almost, never mind. And now that's match. Wow. But yeah, that battle went way better than what it normally does. Mainly because we got to loop against them instead of them doing it against us. There we go. Another Mimic. I believe that brings us to 3 copies, which means we need like, how many more is that now? Like 17 or something? Mimic, where are you? We need, upgrade, not the right one. We need, oh, it's only 15 for the final one? I didn't realize that. Okay, well, we'll have it sooner than I thought. For whatever reason, I thought it required 20. I guess I saw like level 20. It's like, oh, you need 20 of them. No, you actually only need 15. So you need 5, 10, and then you need that amount again to get it to the last level. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it in comparison. That's for sure. Because you have to basically pay the exact same amount for that. But yeah, we just need 12 more copies. Technically 13, because I believe we have to have 1 remaining left over. Yeah, we need 13 more copies of Mimic, which is a lot of copies, but give that about 2 weeks and we'd probably naturally have it. 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. Depends how lucky, unlucky we get. But, well, we can wait for that long to get the 1%, that's for sure. And all these other ones will be upgraded about similarly by then. Yeah, we should have every pet by, I would say, the end of next week, I think. And by the end of May, we should have pretty much every pet at base epic. Not counting their leveling, though. They start to require a lot of food. Soon we'll have to start just doing them just more so for the food than even the copies of them. Because we're going to have a lack of food. I'm actually already out of brown from getting my Mimic up. Because obviously I mostly did it via Soulforge. But this is how much brown we have left. We have enough to create 7 food. And the reason I didn't do all in, well, for one, I didn't need to because he already got leveled by what I did. But I want to keep some brown around in case they add a weapon or something that requires these. I think we have like 1,000 brown left. Yeah, about 1,000. So, yeah, we're pretty low. I do want to keep at least 1,000 on reserve, though. So for now on, we won't really ever be crafting brown food because I'll be needing it to actually go and upgrade stuff. Yeah, we'll eventually be doing that to every color, too. As far as brown is considered, Mimic is definitely the best brown. If I'm not mistaken, as far as purple is concerned, Moon, I believe, is the best purple. I think he uses purple. It's arguable between Moon or the Mini Mushroom. Main reason I'm not going for the Mini Mushroom thing, you would have to fully Mythic it in order to get its extra +1 magic bonus for Purple Guild War Day. Meaning, if you don't max it out, it's basically pointless. So I didn't want to have to max it out, which is why I'm not doing it. Whereas the Moon, we could easily just bring it to, like, Epic or Legendary and still get really good value out of it. Anyways, let's go back to, you know what? It is Treasure Hunt week, isn't it? I need to go do some Treasure Hunt. Yeah, we're still only at 133. We get 50 gems there and 8 gem keys, both of which are decent. That's about, what, 125 gem value or so. Or 123 gem value, to be exact. So, definitely want to go do those. Let's go and do, I guess, a little Treasure Hunt then. We'll just do it up to gems for now. We'll do the rest a little bit later. Or off stream. Actually, do you guys want me to do this off stream? I don't know how you guys feel about Treasure Hunt. I know some people hate it, some people love it. I'm kind of in between the two. But I do like the game mode and wish there was more stuff like this in the game. I just don't feel like the reward system is particularly worth it for it. It's okay. I just feel like they overvalue gems a lot. Anytime when they give something that has infinite gem potential, like what Treasure Hunt has. Because that's about one of the only resources that's particularly good from this game mode. There's 3 that are good from this game mode. Trait Stones, Gems, and, I'm missing one, and Glory. Those are the only 3 that are particularly good. Where it's basically the, not necessarily the best rates. The only one that's the absolute best rates is Gems. You can get the most gems out of Treasure Hunts than any other resource relative to other parts of the game. And that's about the only thing it really has going for it, resource-wise. Okay, I'll go move that over. We're just obviously going to go through them as quickly as possible, as that is the best value we could possibly get out of them, is just to rush through them. Which is exactly what we'll do. Good to take that over. Trying to get 1 million souls currently. I have 500,000. Very nice. Yeah. It's always nice to have a high reserve of souls, even if you don't plan on using them for anything. Because you never know when they might add something that requires souls. Like, for example, pet food requires souls. You're actually going to burn through quite a bit, assuming you have a lot of pets to go feed. Like, when I ended up creating and getting Mimic to level 40. I mean, not level 40, you know what I mean. To Legendary, which is level 15, I guess. It ended up costing, I believe, 40 browns I needed, which cost 40,000 souls to get up. So, yeah, that's a lot of souls, obviously. That's like several times more than what you would need for a Mythic to fully level a Mythic. So definitely a pretty heavy soul sink there. But, yeah, you never know when they might add stuff like that where it starts requiring souls. Another thing that we don't know about is there is a possibility they will add another Mythic weapon to the game. It has yet to be confirmed, but they did mention a long while back that, well, not that long, but a couple of months ago, that if they ever do nerf Dawnbringer in Arena, which they did, they would consider adding another Mythic weapon to the game. And they already just did that a couple weeks ago. And there is the chance that they'll add another Mythic weapon, and if they do, there's a really high chance it'll be the same cost as a Dawnbringer, which is 1.3 million souls, 1 million for the craft itself, and the 3 100,000s for the 3 weapons that you need to do to preemptively create it, which definitely burns through a lot of souls. I'll be down to 0 if they do that, as well as probably many people out there. There are people with several million reserves. I don't have that big of a reserve, obviously. Or at least not yet. I could easily get it if I was actually to go out of my way to farm it. I'm probably going to wait until we get a Moon before I ever do any soul farming again, though. As well as better confirmation on if they even are going to add something like that. Because there's a good possibility they're never going to add another mythic weapon. Though, I assume they would. Because it's the easiest way for them to get rid of souls from the game. Because every late game completionist out there will create it. Doesn't matter how many mythic weapons they will create. They will. There will be people that will create every single one of them. Assuming they're at least useful. Of course, the problem with the Zugoff is not too many people are really seeking out because it's useless, essentially. If you have a Great Maul, you pretty much already have a Zugoff. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Jeff, I didn't see your last comments. 2 of your favorite YouTubers are doing live streams. You just cannot decide who to watch. Very nice. Who's the other one? I'm kind of curious. But yeah, that's interesting. I've never actually had that conflict, and if I did, I'm normally not streaming, so I could just easily have them both active at once. I can easily watch multiple at once. Sometimes I'll either mute one or just have the other one playing. Like, I'll watch one, but I'll have the other one with audio playing, and just do it that way, which kind of works sometimes. Depends what exactly they're doing. Because I tend to watch speedruns quite a bit, and that's something that, unless it's a really hyped speedrun, you can generally just listen to the audio and get the gist of what on earth is happening at a given time, especially if you're already familiar with speedrun. I'll go take that over. Go take that down. And just grab that down. And we're good to go. Yeah, there's definitely not that much commentary for these, that's for sure. That's the only really bad thing about maps. There's barely anything to say about them. There's just a bunch of little resources forming into bigger resources as quickly as you possibly can. And I believe we're only a few away. That, or we already hit it. Apparently not. How far are we? We need, that's not it. We need, yeah, we only need 50 more turns, which can easily be done in 1 map, or 2 if it doesn't go over that well. Let's go. Oops, I didn't mean to click arena. Let me get out of here. It wasn't even a good draft anyways. Retire. Yes. Give me my gold back, or at least part of my gold back. Gold sink right there. It just wasted like 750 of my gold. Not like it matters. Anyways, that's what I meant to click on. What is this image of what you post? Also, hello, Moshi. Okay. You got a that's funny. Small but horny is what you named your tiny corn. That's funny because it has a horn. That is pretty funny. Okay, we'll go and take that down. Take the thing. Oh, what else do we need? Go move that in there. Yeah, this should be the last map we need to do for now, as long as we get 50 plus turns. Oh, I should have taken that 5 times because we are trying to get to 50 here. So we should probably be playing it out a little bit more legitimately, ever so slightly. I don't want to take that then. We'll go grab that over. Well, we're at 30 so far, guarantee. But we're currently at. But we're not really getting that many extra turns, mainly because we don't really have that good of a board. We'll go condense all that. Yeah, this isn't going to reach 50 turns. I can say that already. Unless we really get some of this congestion down. Oh, that helped it a little bit. Go take that down. Move that one over. Get the cascades, all that condensed. Move that one with the other one. Would rather take them for 5 times, but 4 times is still perfectly fine with what we're trying to do right now. And yeah, I still need slightly more. But if we keep getting extra turns like that, that'll work perfectly fine. Go grab that, and we're almost there. I just need a few more extra turns in there. There we go. And I need 2 more within all these turns. Oh, there's 1. And if I could condense that down somehow. Oh, never mind. There we go. And now we just need one more and that'll be it. There we go. We got it. And that's all the maps we need to do for now. We do still need to get one more, but we could do that later. One more as in one more thing. I think we need 100 more of the things, but still. We're almost there. And there we go. And that's all we need for that. And there we go. And now we get ourselves 50 gems. And now we just need 100 more, and that will be the 8 gem keys as well. And we'll do that a little bit later at some point. Anyways, let's go back to we still have the pet active, don't we? So we still have a little bit of time before we need to go farm it. So we have 13 minutes. You know what? Actually, I guess I could start farming the pet right now. Because if we find a pet gnome, we could just hold it. Also, I've been very unlucky with pet gnomes so far. The last few days. Between today and yesterday, I have found 0 pet gnomes. So then again, today I haven't been playing other than on this stream. But all of yesterday, we found no pet gnome. After about 5 hours of total playing. Of course, not all of it was with full attention, but still. And not all of it was necessarily actually pet farming directly. But, yeah, it hasn't gone over too well. Apparently, people are still finding all the pets, though. At least my guild's making up for my lack of pets. What has been your maximum amount of turns in treasure hunt? Somewhere around mid-200s. That was a while back, though. Since then, I've only done, I think, like mid-150s. Or mid-100s, I mean. Like around 150, 160, somewhere around there. But yeah, I have hit over 200, mid-200s before. Only once. I have yet to ever get a shuffle on a map, though. Even on that higher map. It is possible to shuffle within the game mode, though it's very excessively rare. I've done thousands of maps and haven't seen it once. You have to get really far into the map before it really starts shuffling, because you need like several volts before it happens. 4 volts is my highest so far. Realistically, 2 is about what I would generally reach. 2 isn't really particularly hard to do. If you spend like a whole hour just doing treasure hunt, you'd eventually hit 2 of them. Or a few hours if you're not as experienced with treasure hunts. I definitely could use more experience with it, that's for sure. Because I'm still pretty bad at them, I would say. I'm really bad at thinking that many turns ahead. It's why I'm not particularly good at chess, even though I can play it down. I could like take a lead for a while, but then I just like start failing. Because you have to start thinking so many turns ahead. But that's one of the things you really have to do with treasure hunt. Have to at minimum think like 5 turns ahead to really have a good chance at making it far. And it plays a lot differently than how the base game does. Because in treasure hunt, you have to make sure you leave the board in as good a state as possible after every single one of your turns. Whereas when you're playing the normal game, you have to leave the board in as worst state as possible if you're planning on losing your turn, which is a good majority of every turn. So, because obviously you don't want to leave 4 times, 5 times for the enemy. But in treasure hunt, you have to do the exact opposite and try to leave as many 4 times and 5 times every single move you do. Which is basically the complete opposite of how the normal game works, essentially. Yeah, we'll go throw Sunbird down. But it does seem kind of odd that it would be like that. Oh, it's using that other cute pet. I still want that pet. I do find it quite adorable. I wish the lion would have been a cute looking face, though. They made all of them look cute, but the lion looked fierce. Wish they would have went all in on one. But it does look pretty adorable. The little mini chimera thing with the lion, goat, and snake tail. Okay, we'll go get a Rowan in there. Did yesterday's stream not upload? It did. Or did I forget to put it up? I think it did, but it was like 2 hours long for a long duration of time, which is weird. That has been happening a lot recently on YouTube, where it hasn't been loading out. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... let's see. Let me do this one, so the live stream doesn't play in the background. Creator Studio, Video Manager, and let me see. Did I upload it? The answer is yes, I did. The question is, has it loaded yet? Let me see. There it is. The stream from yesterday. Wait. Yeah, that's the one from yesterday. Hold up. No, it isn't. Wait, why did it upload? Why does it say it came out on May? What? That's weird. It says it came out on May, yet we did it on yesterday. That's strange. That might be why. It's before the two, wait, where's it in my video thing when it's viewed by a normal person? 1 second. That's strange. That's a really weird location. Also, it hasn't even loaded yet. It is still at, like, the 2-hour thingy. That or it's, like, all glitched. Why is it not even loading? That's strange. Yeah, it's uploaded. It's just being very weird. It's saying that it's at, it says that it's 1 second long. It says it's 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 13 seconds out of 1 second. Which is the wrong way. It should be the other way around. Apparently, it's really glitched. It might not even be showing up because it's so glitched at the moment. But yeah, I did upload it. We didn't really go over anything too important other than messing around with the mythic sum. Let me see. What happens if I click play here? Nope, it's still only loaded 2 hours. Yeah, it's... Okay, it's being really strange then. I don't know what's up with it. Let me go check it on my little video manager. Is it not even appearing in my videos? Oh, there it goes. But yeah, it's only showing 2 hours instead of the full, like, 3.5 or whatever it was. Let me see. If I click on videos, is it showing up? YouTube does a lot of weird glitches. You would think a company this large would have fixed most of this stuff. Oh, and then it gives me internal server error, of course. Have you guys been getting that a lot? I get, like, crazy high amount of that. Oh, never mind. It's my second video. That's weird. And my video manager shows it came out on May 3rd, which would have been impossible because we streamed it on May 4th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just hasn't loaded yet, but it is there. Invisible. Anyways. Oh, so hello, Leon. Welcome. Alright, we're gonna take that into Sunbird. That'll be matched. Oh, why do you have to hit it? I think it's still enough damage, though. And of course, we do get an additional 2 damage. And as I mentioned a while back, too, I never really made too big of an emphasis on it. I did mention it during one of the streams, though. But, ooh, which one to go for? They're both tempting. I guess we'll go for this one. Sunbird does retain the bonus that you get from that, what's it called? The, oh, it doesn't show it here. But you see how we have an HP buff on every single one of our allies? We're getting it from that little fire slug thing, which is actually one of the best pets in the game because it works with this team. And basically, we have 2 higher HP currently due to this little thing on our Sunbird than what we would normally have. I think it's like 4 total. We're getting specifically 2, but you can see it's 78 HP and has a green boosted value. But if we go and cast this right now, it'll still be that boosted value. Wait, hold up. Went down to 71. It still has that +2. Why'd it go down by 7? Where'd that 7 come from? We have 3 from this. Where did the other 4 come from? Hold up. Wait. The other 4 is the bonus. Then why is this still a green value? Okay, now I'm confused. Did it just lose its bonus? It's supposed to retain it. It has in the past. Okay, now I'm slightly confused. What happened with that? Okay, never mind. Hold up. Let me try that again. Let's go put the speed down to 0.25 at the beginning. Something is giving it more HP than what I'm anticipating. So let me go over to settings, go to graphics, bring that. Also, thank you for subscribe, Bass. Much appreciated. Okay, let's go try this again. Free pick till we find an easy battle to go pet farm off of. So it's at 71. That's what it should be. This is what the unique thing. Where's it getting all of its HP from then? That's strange. But yeah, that is its base HP with the thing. And that should be what it is. Because you can see right here, if we take away 2 of these, its base value is actually 67. We're getting 4 additional HP, like I mentioned, from the thing. Where did the other HP come from then? Other than his trait. Because yeah, this brings him to 71. And as you can see, this is giving him +4, which brings him to a 71 HP. And he will keep reviving at 71. He doesn't retain his traits, obviously. Or his trait-related HP. But it does retain its the pet, the elemental bonus, which is nice. So we're getting 4 additional HP, 2 from the pet itself. And we retain that every single time. Let me see, where is he getting all this HP from? Is it all from Fire Spirit? 74. How did he have 78 the previous time then? I don't understand that. Oh, elemental bond. Okay, that's where it's coming from. Never mind. That's where it's coming from. Oh, I forgot about that. I completely forgot that's a thing. That these things have elemental bond on them. That's where the extra HP is coming from. Aha. That would explain it. Okay. That answers that question of where that came from. Yeah, it gets 3 from reds, and it gets 4 additional. So it's getting a lot of bonuses. It's getting 2 from elementals. It's getting additional 2 from the pet. It's getting 3 from its fire link heart trait thing. And it gets 4 from 2 of the fire bombs. That's where all that extra HP is coming from. Of all of that, the only thing it retains every single time it uses its ability is the pet bonus and the 2 off the using 3 elementals, which is a total of 4, because of course the pet doubles that, basically. Oh, I should have went for the first battle. That was actually fine, but we'll go into this, I guess. Could you show you a fast PvP team? Well, what we're using now technically works as fast PvP, assuming you're running it on cheaper battles. Other fast PvP teams really just depends on what you have. What's your best troops? Let's see. Because most fast PvP teams require, are built around either 1 mythic or like 2 to 3 legends. And they're generally fully traded. Try it with Siren instead. My only real big issue with Siren... well, I guess there isn't really any. Yeah, we'll give it a shot with Siren. I just always like the really chillness of just constantly spamming out the fire bombs. It also instantly triggers the what's it called? The what's it called? The the firestorm, because you need it off the Sunbird. Yeah, I guess against the 4x firebomb team it would work a little bit better. We gain 2 to a random skill, which is only a 50% chance I will actually get a bonus to the Sunbird's damage. Though it could increase the damage of something else like Rowan or something. Other than that, it does count as elemental, obviously. I believe it's slightly less damage than a firebomb, but it gives us a gem spawn, which could end up working out better. As far as the bonus, it gives us 2 additional magic, so that will be 2 more damage on all of our casts. Also gives us 1 higher attack, if I'm not mistaken, which doesn't really come into play, but still, that's better than nothing. Biggest issue here is it doesn't actually increase our HP by any more, unfortunately. But, yeah, we'll give it a shot. If nothing else, against 4x firebomb, it'll definitely be very effective. Okay, so right off the bat, we'll throw a firebomb still. That hasn't changed, because we need the firestorm. And now we can throw the siren if we want. Though then again, at this point, there really isn't much need to, given that we got all that up. So we will in a second. A lot of red. I guess that technically would have been a good time to siren. But siren go. Oh, never mind. I don't even need to go use it. Well, apparently we just won already. Let's go try it again. I didn't even need to use it. Fail. But let's see. Go to there. Go to there. And there we go. Let's try it again. Yeah, maybe for Explore, we'll have to test it for a long. We'd have to test it for a long duration of time to really get a good feeling for if it's actually worth doing in Explore and stuff. But yeah, we still have to throw the 1 firebomb first because we need Storm. And then we throw it on a red troop on the opposing team, which is kind of convenient given against firebombs because his entire team is red. And down it goes. Again, I didn't even kind of need the siren in that case. Though it's still giving us the same damage bonus as what a firebomb would between everything. Yep, come on. Throw the firebomb. Throw the firebomb. Hey, we hit him for a bunch, then it kills itself out. Sure, we'll finally siren once. Here, have a siren. And it does hit, as is to be expected with that much red on the board. We'll move that over, get bigger Doom Skull. Almost took it without taking the other Doom Skull. That would have been a fail, and dead. Or not dead. Well, he'll kill itself out, and down he goes. Yeah, I think I'll still stick with Firebomb for the most part. Because Firebomb you don't really need to put much effort into. Siren on many of these you would have to figure out when to do it, and it might waste a few seconds. And in these kind of teams where they try going as quickly as possible, a few seconds actually is a little bit of a big deal. Because the battle itself is only like 15 to 20 seconds long. Maybe more like 30 some battles. Actually, probably in PvP it is more towards 30. Of course, in Explorer it's more like 15 to 20. Yep, come on, cast. There we go. And down it goes. Also, it takes 3 clicks to do its ability, whereas Firebomb's only 2. And while that might not seem like much, again, since the battle is so short, that actually does come to be about a second each time. It is definitely worth considering, though. That is for sure. I'm still more of a fan of using double Firebomb, though. Go do that. Get a Storm immediately. Get full mana dead. And that's the kind of speed we should be seeing. Unfortunately, every battle isn't that easy. Still haven't found the pet gnome. But I believe the pet's almost expired at this point. Hopefully someone from my guild is here, if not, just so they can be my timer. Because there's no way of telling within the battle itself. Or I guess you could spam your own global chat, your own guild chat. But of course that expects someone to actually be on at the time. Hello, Mr. Lonely, welcome. Oh, funny story was playing with a friend who had never encountered a mimic before. When he encountered one, he screamed and hid in the corner. Oh, the scary little trap thing. But that's been in quite a few other games, like mimic-like characters. Like, that's not really anything new. I don't really know of too many other games I've played that really has them, but I have seen them around. Have heard of them before. Yeah, they're a pretty common thing, having like booby-trapped chests in RPGs. Well, we'll go take a skull that way. Oh, of course he gets a Doom Skull there. Actually, we almost just lost our Sunbird. That wouldn't have been good. We still would have easily won, but still. Really, all we have to do is literally nothing to win the battle. Because all it'll do is just kill itself out with fire bombs constantly. Yeah, I'm going to switch that back to a firebomb. It's definitely worth considering using a siren there. It's not really my preference, though. Get rid of that. Oops. Get rid of that. Get a firebomb there. They're both about the exact same benefit. It really depends which ability you want more. Either a second firebomb or a siren there. As far as damage, as far as their benefit to the Sunbird, they both give the same amount. Best teams of previous patch coming soon. Well, they were all pretty much the same ones as the current previous version, which is something I mentioned earlier too. It was one of my actual concerns of actually even doing a video, because they were all pretty much the exact same teams. But the previous video is still fully up to date for the previous version as well. You have to keep in mind, the best things in the last version all came in the previous version prior to it. And that was Moneylender and, what's the other one called? Moneylender and Divine Ishbala. Both of those came in version 3.25. They did not come in version 3.3, which was the previous version that we didn't do a video for. So almost every single team I'd be showing would be centered around those two troops because they're so core these days. But they both came out the exact same time in the previous version prior to that version. Meaning all I'd be doing is repeating basically teams we already did from the previous one. Maybe with a few exceptions here and there, but it's pretty much would have been the exact same video. But yeah, I probably just won't be doing a version for it. There have been a few versions that we skipped just because they've been so similar. And this time around does seem to be one of those times. I'd rather just be doing more videos covering 3.4 new content. Like, I still haven't even done a video going over the changelog in detail. I've done a stream going over it, but I haven't done a specific video kind of summarizing it. Nor have I done a concise one on specific troop changes. Most of them pretty irrelevant, but there are a few ones like the King Mikhail change that is pretty decent. Also, I should probably do that this week if I'm going to be doing that, because I believe they're still available for a refund as well. I believe that's until Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So I should probably do a video going over them before the refund expires. Yep, we got a... Aw, it's useless. But we got a bunny. Stop giving us bunnies. Also, I got a sore throat right now. But, What was I looking for again? I'm looking for... Oh, I just came here to look for something. Now I completely forgot what it was! No! It was related to the previous patch. Wow, I completely forgot now. It'll probably come back to me. But, yeah, how on earth did I forget already? Wow. Also, I believe this is the last bunny we need to upgrade it. No, never mind. We already upgraded our bunny. The problem is we don't have the trait stones for it, nor would I, because it's a waste to throw it into bunny. Barely gains any benefit whatsoever from having levels on it, so we're not going to go and bother doing that. So I guess we'll go to the pets right now. Go through those, fight, go from there, and yeah, that seems perfectly fine. Why not? We'll run with it. Oh, this isn't the Mercy variant, though. I'm using the tankier variant. Same difference. Alright, we'll go take ourselves a red there. Get the other thing down and go from there. Pretty much one-shot it. Dead. Exactly one-shot it. Also, hello, 02. Welcome. Oh, sorry, Red Devil. Didn't see your comment. Let's see. Win 10 3-trophy battles in PvP in 15 minutes. I don't think I'd be able to win that quick. Unless I was to specifically do a team related to that. Let's see, what could we run there? Guess I could do that with the Great Maul team if we get proper alignment. We can easily do that with Doom Skulls once it gets introduced to the game as well. Plenty of combinations that work for that. But no, there's no way I could win it that quick. Let's see. We'll go and take the yellow over. We'll go and Gorgolf all that down. Get Infernus going. Get a Divine somewhere's here. Get the green down. And then just Infernus kill it. Never mind, I don't even need it. Skull it down. If anyone has any questions or anything, let me know and we'll go over it. When will come the video? Oh, that's what I wanted to go do. It was something about the troops. I want to check with them though. It wasn't King Mikhail. Oh yeah, I wanted to check refunds. That's why I went there. Now I remember. There's refunds. I'm gonna go check that after this battle if I remember. Also, we will have a redeem code or two today, by the way. It will be the last ones we currently have, but we will be handing out a few. And hopefully Salty will give us more on Monday, because she still hasn't given me any for May. The ones I'm still using are the leftover ones from last month. When will they come up with a video with info for the start to late game? I will be doing that in the near future. I ended up doing a script thing for it, but I ended up going like way too over detailed with it, and I think I might just scrap the entire thing and just do it more directly. It's something I've been meaning to do for ages now. It's but yeah, it will be coming down soon, very soon in the near future. Hopefully next week or two. But yeah, now that pets are out, now that we have a good understanding of them too, would pretty much be a really good time to go over them as well. Anyways, I'm looking for the refund. I didn't forget this time. Okay, there's only 4 available for refund. Wait, what happened to humility? Didn't they buff humility? That reminds me, I didn't check humility to see how he interacts this patch. One way to find out. Let's go into any battle. And all I needed to do is get hit. Does it trigger when it takes armor damage? Oops, I've used the wrong team. Fail. Not the team I meant to use. I meant to use 1 humility. Okay, let's see what happens here. Does he gain armor and magic when he takes armor damage? If so, he is ridiculously strong now. If not, then he's, well, the same he's always been. He's the same he's always been. Okay, never mind. Wait, why did they refund him then? He doesn't have a single change done to him. And even if that was a change, that would have been a buff, not a nerf. These 3 are available because they now hit either first or last slot instead of a random, which actually makes them quite a bit weaker. I don't know why they did that. But all 3 of those basically got nerfed, even though they were trying to buff them. It doesn't make much sense. Anyways, what changed with humility? It's exactly the same from what I recall. I don't think they even touched it. They didn't change the last trait. They only changed it for orcs, where they now triggers on armor and HP. It seems kind of confusing now, though, because it only triggers on armor and HP for orcs. Yet for every other troop type, it only triggers when they take HP damage. And there's no wording on any of the cards that specifically mention such. You just kind of have to know that orcs interact that way. But, yeah, he took armor damage and didn't trigger his trait. That's weird. Well, I guess it's, well, again, only applies to orcs. I would assume everything did. Oh, by the way, I was saving this from earlier, from when we got the mastery up, and I didn't bother opening it. When I went and upgraded our Mimic, we hit level 100 and 105 pet mastery simultaneously. Because, of course, I got him all the way from base rarity, basically, to legendary instantly. And we got a major orb, so let's go see what we get from it. So we got 5 gems and, of course, 1 major orb. I've never actually seen it in that way. Like having it next to a thing like that. Anyways, let's go and see what we have here. Hopefully it's a blue orb or a purple orb. Or any orb that's not green. That's also pretty bad, but okay. I'll take it. Obviously, I don't need to trade stuff up, but better than nothing. And yeah, that's our first orb. Been getting really bad orbs off of pets. What does that bring our orb count to? Oops, wrong one. So, let's see. 3, 3, 2, and 8, which I believe is actually 3 or 4. I forget which. I think it's 3. But, yeah, that means we hopefully get Ascension Major Orb next time. Because we are a little bit low on them relative to the other ones. Hopefully none of the other ones start taking a lead, because this is the best one and we have the least amount. Actually, that applies to all of them. It's the best for both of these, yet it's the least amount of both of them as well. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we haven't crafted a single power orb yet. If we were to convert every single resource we have into power orbs, we'd be able to create 1 power orb. It's been out for about 2 months now, and we can only create 1 power orb. And they even added more ways of being able to get those kind of resources too. Yet we can still only create 1 power orb. And you need 8 of them to create a Zugoff. I still don't know how close the first person is to that. I believe it's somewhere around 5 or 6, but I have no confirmation on that. We probably won't know until the first person actually goes and gets it, because then we'll see screenshots of it, or an actual person legitimately running it. Because anyone who gets it at this point, it would be a real Zugoff. They already got rid of all the fake Zugoffs that were in the game earlier. Okay, we'll go and go throw that down. And what do we need to go do? Get it on purple, go from there. Get Infernus down. Actually, let me take Skull. And Infernus dead. And there we go. Hello, Alan Sue. Welcome. You can do more than 1 video. Well, if I'm doing a full summary from early game to late game, I'd probably want to do it all as 1 video. I could do specific ones going over greater detail of each thing, like what to do when you're first starting out. Or you know what? You know, that actually would be a good idea, doing every single separate thing as their own video thing. I didn't think about that. And the way I've already set up the script, I pretty much already have it for early game, or I have it for new players and early game already done. I didn't do mid game, late game, or end game yet, because I basically split it into those 5 categories. I guess technically we could do that, because it would allow me to go more in depth on every single individual one, which would make quite a bit more sense. You know what? That's actually a pretty good idea, because that would also make it a lot more manageable to watch, because the video is probably going to get like 30-40 minutes long if I don't do that. And then I could just try doing it like 8 to 10 minutes or so per thing instead. I think the longest 2 would end up being new players and new players, mid game, and end game would probably be the longest categories if I was to do it like that. Yeah, I might actually do that. That's a great idea. Separate them, because that would also make it a lot more manageable to record too, since I don't have to do as much talking each time. Because that would be a lot of talking doing it all in 1 video. At least with how much detail I want to make sure I cover. Yeah, we'll probably start doing that then. Because I have pretty much everything set up to go do the first 2 already then, if we do it like that. Might still take me a little bit to go get it out though, because I do have other things I need to be doing. But, yeah, that sounds like a plan. I still probably will do a video eventually, maybe after I do all 5 of them, kind of doing like a quick summary going through all of them, which is basically what the original idea really was. But, yeah, I guess that's the new game plan then. Separate them all into 5 categories. New player, early game, mid game, late game, and end game. What's the difference from mid to late game? Mainly how much stats you have is one of the bigger difference. The start of mid-game I would consider once you reach level 10 All Kingdoms, whereas the start of late game is when you have 5-star All Kingdoms. And basically what you're prioritizing is quite a bit different. When you're in mid-game, heading to late game, you're mainly prioritizing Kingdom Stars and trying to get all those things up. It's one of the biggest grinds that you really have to go through, because it takes a really, really long time. But biggest thing with late game is you have a lot more access to actually winning things. Mid-game is when you actually start really being able to do every piece of content in the game. But late game is when you really start to be able to do every piece of content decently within the game. Because while you might have access to them in mid-game and be able to at least complete them, you won't be like top-tier Guild Wars, you won't be able to get excessively far in raids or invasion or anything like that. And there are some limitations to it. But it's mainly like the resources that you end up specifically targeting down that tend to be the biggest difference in every single category. Because from every single one of those categories, your whole entire resource focus as far as your primary ones are different. When you're first starting out, it's mainly souls and trying to get yourself like your first team just composed and trying out stuff and having the souls to actually be able to go and try out stuff. Once you reach early game, your goal is to, again, keep just grinding out souls, but more so to get level 10 each kingdom. So you need to go and do a bunch of PvP to go do that, to go do the gold farm. So basically, gold and souls are your first two initial ones. When you reach mid-game, you're starting to get into the pattern of upgrading kingdoms to either 3 stars, 5 stars, stuff like that. So you need to start focusing trait stones, as that's going to be the main thing you're really going to be needing to close that gap. Then once you reach the late game, you're basically going for more of the completionist stuff. Plus, you're starting to go and farm more things like pets, for example, as well as new content that comes out, as well as what was the other thing? Copies of cards, which is quite a bit harder to do, because you basically have to farm things like gems, as well as just doing whatever the weekly event things are and stuff like that, as well as contributing a really high amount of gold to guilds. At that point, you'd pretty much be in like a 500,000 gold minimum per week guild, or maybe 300,000 or something like that. And then once you reach end game, it's pretty much just trying to grind out to all of the well, new content, as well as just maxing everything within the game for full completionists. There isn't too big a difference between late game and end game. The biggest difference will be when 10-star kingdoms get introduced to the game, because there'll be a really noticeable stat difference between pets and between 10-star kingdoms, between a late game player and an end game player. Right now, both accounts look nearly identical, but there will be discrepancy between them in about a year from now. It'd be a really noticeable difference. I will go for that. Yeah, the category of how I have them basically separated out is early game is everything prior to owning all kingdoms. New player is everything prior to owning all kingdoms. Early game is once you... Wait. Yeah, never mind, that's correct. Early game, or new player is everything prior to owning all kingdoms. Early game is everything prior to 10-star all kingdoms. Mid game is everything prior... level 10. Mid game is everything prior to 5-star all kingdom. And late game is everything prior to 10-star all kingdom, which doesn't exist currently, so it's basically everything prior to... basically max stars on all kingdoms, or at least what's currently available as max stars. The biggest difference between late game and end game is basically end game players have essentially everything as max as possible. That's the only real big difference. They have more resources than they ever know what to do with, whereas late game players, they have a lot of resources compared to the average player, but not like infinite, like we essentially have in a way. Okay, we'll go throw the firebomb. I mean, not the firebomb, the Infernus down, and we'll be good to go from there. Yeah, it can take a while to get mythic cards. Generally, you would have it by late game, though it's not always a guarantee. Oops, for a second I thought there wasn't a check there. It's because it's such a white background that it blends. And there we go, we got a few more snow bunnies. We'll upgrade him eventually. He's not really worth going for, though. Okay, we already have a pet active, so I don't need to go grind pets at the moment. How much more time do we have until next pet? I guess technically we could, but the problem is if we find a pet gnome right now, That'd be a long amount of time we'd have to idle if we were to go do that. But I guess we'll still... we'll go mess with normal PvP then, I guess. Let's go use the new Mythic, of course. Not that one. Let's go use it with the super safe one. It's not actually excessively safe. I think I might just go throw this with Emperina again. I actually prefer it with Emperina, even though Shegra is really nice. Emperina? Do the Emperina. Wrong thing. Ocarina, close enough. I mean, Macarena. Too many things that sound like that word. Alright, we'll go take that. We'll go and, what do we need? I guess we'll go right into the full mana on the Gorgolfa. And go from there. So we'll go take a Brown down, throw Gorgolfa down, and go from there. Get a buff there first. Get that down. He'll do an zone explosion. Luckily, he doesn't have mana drain, or else we'd be completely obliterated by now. He'll go throw some AoEs, gets barriers, a bunch. He could actually win if I'm not careful. Let's see. We'll give it another buff and then go into everything. So we'll do that. Give it a bunch of HP. We'll do a bunch of explosions, hit a bunch of damage, hit a skull, throw in the poke, go from there, and then we can start skull spamming it down. Wow, it really is doing a decent amount of damage though. It could actually die to its AoEs, which is definitely going to happen at this point. We'll go take that down. That completely misses. Luckily, it doesn't really use green at all, so that's helpful. Still not going over too well. At least we have the skull damage to basically one-shot it now. The problem with that, though, is his barrier on everything. But basically everything we do is just instant kills. So we'll go take attack from you. Get the poke there. That dies to burn. Not that big a deal, though. We throw that down. Take another poke. And then just double poke into the win. So we'll go through this, I guess. Oh, I should have just threw Gorgolfa into it. Why did I do it that way? Well, all we need to do is find one skull. And there's one skull. And down it goes. I like how the only thing that dies is the new mythic. It's like everything lives except new mythic. Poor thing. What's this team? Oh, I guess we'll take it. We'll throw divines against it though, because I need the cleanse for the freeze from the Queen Mab. How am I doing? Doing pretty good. A little bit of a sore throat at the moment though. But other than that, all's been going well. I should probably take like a few days off eventually from streaming just to let my throat rest. Eventually. Because I probably do talk too much during most of the streams that we do. I think my throat's kind of been getting used to it as of lately, but have been going for about 2 years, just like talking every single day so much through this. And prior to me streaming, I never really talked like barely at all. And I still don't on a regular basis. It's kind of funny. I go from like talking so much on stream, and then the second my stream stops, I like never talk like the entire day. I say more on stream in like 10 minutes than I do the rest of the entire 20, however many hours of the day. I'll go throw another Infernus down. And take that over. And down it goes. Infernus and dead. And there we are. Any order to pick 5-star kingdoms. Basically, whatever ones you have the most copies of. Ideally, you do it in Magic, then Attack, and then so on and so forth. The same order you would level it in. But that doesn't normally work out that way because of how many copies of troops you have within a kingdom. The best way to go through it is, if you have the time, go click on every single one of these. See how many troops you have within the kingdom. And whatever ones you have is the highest amount of troops within a kingdom. Go and upgrade those kingdoms. So, yeah, basically just go through every single one of these, find which ones are the highest numbers, and then upgrade those kingdoms. Ideally, you'll want to find numbers 12 or above. If it's 10 or above, that still works too, but the higher, the easier it is. Things that are only like 9, like this kingdom, you'd want to try to avoid, just because it's going to cost a lot more to do. Of course, this late in the game, you could easily still do it, but you want to find kingdoms that have a lot more. Like you can see, this one has 16 troops. Makes it a lot easier to go and upgrade the kingdom. But the more you have that you own within the kingdom, the better. And of course, it matters more so how many you actually own, not how many the kingdom has. How many the kingdom has is somewhat irrelevant. It really just matters how many you currently own from the kingdom. But of course, the kingdoms that have more troops with them, you'll most likely own more of, since it's a higher chance that you would. But yeah, pretty much just go through every single one, figure out which ones have the most that you currently own, and then upgrade those, regardless of what their stat is. And that's the easiest way of doing it. Did I finish out pets? Yeah, I did. I have yet to actually miss a pet when I've been on, other than that one glitch that one time. And I don't intend on doing that. That'd be a huge fail if we actually had a pet and then I didn't actually claim it. I could see me doing that eventually, but so far I've been good enough to not accidentally forget to do that. Do we know what starts the new kingdom will give, or what stats? No, we do not currently know, from my knowledge. Based on the kingdom, I would say attack, because it's Doomskull's mechanic. And if they were to ever add another attack kingdom, that would definitely be it. Though the banner is set up to kind of be like a magic themed in a way, but no, I do believe it's going to be attack. I'm almost guaranteed it'll be attack, even though I don't believe we have any confirmation on it. Hopefully they don't do another durability stat. If they do, it's probably going to be armor, because HP is too higher than armor right now. Yeah, it's either going to be armor or attack, I'm pretty sure. So again, we don't actually know what it is. It's just speculation. But we'll find out next Friday, in 6 days from now. And it's not going to be... Well, I guess it will kind of be easy to obtain early on. It depends. There's going to be 9 troops within the kingdom. 8 when it first launches, and then a 9th the Monday after. That's not a huge amount of troops, but it's better than 8, because 8 you have to max literally everything, whereas 9 has quite a bit more leeway in getting it to 5-star. Still a lot of resources you'll have to throw down for it, but yeah, it should be at least manageable for late game plus players. I definitely intend to upgrade it by the end of that Monday. Yeah, by the end of, not next Monday, but the following Monday, we should have the kingdom maxed out. My plan is to get 1 copy of both the Legends the Friday it gets released, just so we can show them for content. And then we will be getting it to Mythic on, or not Mythic, but, you know, 5-star Kingdom on the Monday after, when we open a bunch of event keys. Also, every event key I currently have is going towards 2 Mondays from now for the new Kingdom event to get all those things, because that'll be the best value of them that's currently coming up. Also, hello, Francesco. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Oh, they show up in your mail if you don't claim them? Interesting. I never actually noticed that, because I've never not claimed them to my understanding. I don't think I accidentally forgot one. If I did, I might have accidentally didn't even notice when I reclaimed them from the mail. But when I said forget them, I meant forget as in not even doing them. Okay, let's go and just throw another one of these down. Instantly kill it out. Really easy battle because we did the 1 trophy. Had barely any stats at all. Oh, it's a level 36, no wonder why. They really do need to fix that. I have no clue how a level 1,252 can find a level 36. The last 2 digits of our 4-digit number are bigger than its level. Yeah, we could still find it as a battle occasionally. It's not that often, but it is definitely possible. Like you can see right here, we found a level 57. Like, why are we able to see level 57? Doesn't make much sense at all. Oops. And that was on our ranked PvP too on the previous battle, wasn't it? You saw a dragon? Shadow dragon pet? That shouldn't be a thing. Do you have a screenshot of it? Also, we have no space in our guild at the moment. Okay, we'll go and throw the thing down. I don't know if I'm clearing anyone out anytime soon either. I'll need to double check what contributions are. I'll do that off stream though, because it takes a little while to figure out. But we'll go and get that down. Yeah, I'll see if we have anyone or any spots on Monday and stuff, but I'm not certain at this point. You're level 30, you just got the option to fight a level 840 in ranked. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate as well. That does happen occasionally. Generally, when you're a newer player, you basically just stick to 1 and 2 trophies, because doing otherwise, there's a lot of ridiculously overpowered teams that you can find on your 3-trophy battle. There actually are teams that early in the game that can beat people like that, though, and you do gain a pretty nice reward for doing so. You gain the most amount of resources early on in the game at any point within PvP, mainly because you can fight people way higher your level, and if you have a team that can competently kill them, you'll gain a lot of resources. Some of the easier ways to do that is with Devour, with Barrier Spam, and basically Cockatrice plus Dragonian Monk. Even though they're the exact same color, it's one of the best early game combos for not losing. But other than that, running a Tesla team is pretty strong too. Running a Dragon Soul team, while won't be able to scale up to late game stuff, it's pretty decent against most of the more casual things you'll be seeing around your level range. And of course, as I mentioned, Tesla is quite insane early on in the game because you get the she scales very well to your enemy stats. And with the Dwarven Gates, you can easily go and keep burying yourself and keep you protected. Yeah, either you basically have one of 3 teams that you can run against really high-level players when you're first starting out. On either the Cockatrice plus Dragonian Monk, which is the cheapest one. The next cheapest, which is a double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla team, which does require one one legend of Tesla. And then the next best and the most expensive would be a Dragon Soul related team. So Dragon Soul with 3 other dragons. You could go with pretty cheap ones like Dragotar, Dragonian Monk, and stuff like that. But you can also upgrade if you happen to have like KrissTigger and other things. Though in many instances, if you're just starting out as a newer player, even if you do have a KrissTigger, it might just be better to use Dragonian Monk and other stuff in place. Mainly because you'd end up gaining more of a benefit from, let's say, like Fairy Fire off of a Glitter Claw. Because your KrissTigger early on, let's say it's 15 damage. That'd be less than your Dragon Soul, which means you'd get less value off it, so you might as well just Fairy Fire and get more value off your Dragon Soul since it's a higher damage. Later in the game, obviously, everything becomes higher damage in your Dragon Soul, but early on, 20 damage full AoE is ridiculously high relative to most of the troops you'd be running. A grain and seething, fire-breathing monstrosity in sight. There actually is a wormling, by the way. Let me go get the image for it. There's a nice, cute dragon coming in that's going to have a dragon bonus. I hope it's one of them that come pretty soon, because it's going to be one of the best 10 pets in the game, though it doesn't currently exist, unfortunately. Let me go get the image of it. It's really cute and adorable. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it hiding? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, no wonder why I'm not looking. Need to look there. I need to look in the, where are they hidden right now? Oh, I know where they are. They're under the other tab. That's why I'm heading over there. Okay, we'll go over here. And where is it? There it is. Oh, this might be the one that you're referring to that looks like Shadow Dragon. It doesn't currently exist, though. Unless you meant the one that looks like a baby dragon. That one exists. It's a whelp. But there's a wormling that actually doesn't kind of look like it. But this one actually doesn't look as cute. But it is still adorable. It's not as adorable. It's not the adorable level of the one for Dragon's Claw, that's for sure. But it still has the adorableness. Let me go get him in. Let's see, X out of that. I think the biggest issue is he doesn't have cute enough big eyes. Let's see, and where's my other capture? Also, what's with my camera being so high? Like cutting off my face whenever I move. Not that it's that big a deal, but let's see. Where is the image capture? Alright, not image capture, but image overlay. I found the window capture. Not what I'm looking for, though. There it is, image overlay. Oh, I still have Salty's image on from ages ago. But, let's see, where is it on the desktop right now? Somewhere's under my pets. Where are your little pets? There you are. There's the cute little guy. And let's make him visible. Oh, there he is. Actually, that's really large in comparison to everything else. But yeah, this is the one that kind of looks like Shadow Dragon. It's not in the game at the moment, though. It shouldn't be visible anywhere. So no one should be able to own it. If it is, it's probably from a glitch. But, yeah, it is a little cute little dragon thing. Not as cute as the the one from currently that exists, but still decently adorable. Also, I just noticed the redeem code is 1 space over. We'll hand out one soon, but let me backspace that. There we go. That would drive me crazy if I would have known that was still like that. But yeah, that's the current or the new dragon that's going to be coming in. Roar. Across the screen. Anyways, yeah, that's the one that's going to be for dragon bonus for when you use 3 times and 4 times dragons. That's going to be the troop that is related to that. But he's not in the game at the moment. Like they said, they're going to be adding a new pet every month. Hopefully he comes soon. It could be ages before he comes in, though. There's a lot of cool pets that are going to be introduced, but unfortunately, there's probably pretty far away. What does the new mythic do? It creates a mixture of green and skulls, as well as steals a enemy's attack and gives it to your first slot. It also has a pretty decent Bone Storm, and all of its aspects are going to be pretty relevant with Doom Skulls. It's probably going to be one of the best synergy troops with Doom Skulls once they get introduced on next Friday. Not necessarily. It's kind of bad that they're not out now, because I can't really gauge how good the new mythic is going to be. Well, with what currently exists at the moment, it's definitely not the greatest. It's kind of pretty average, a little bit above average. But there is a good possibility it'll be insanely good with Doom Skulls. But again, we don't know for sure. Might be average, might be decent, but we'll find out then. So I can't really say specifically beforehand if it will or will not be worth actually getting. At this current moment in time, I'd say probably not worth getting. Because there's definitely going to be stuff superior to it in the future. If you already have other skull spam options, you don't really need to try for the current mythic. As long as you have other options, you can just use those other options. You don't necessarily need to use the new one that came out. And there's plenty of them in the game. There's at least like a dozen troops that could technically be used for skull spam. Of course, they're used in different scenarios, but there's still plenty of them. Alright, then we'll just throw that in there. And it's match. Actually, what did I not... Okay, that still kills it out. I should have just threw in Furnace. I didn't realize there was already enough damage. Regardless, it still goes down. Got any teams for Hyndla? Frost Crown? You build her into basically any Valkyrie team. You build a frontline tank, followed by Valkyrie, followed by Hyndla, followed by a damage source. You can go down the Azura route and go like a Azura, Valkyrie, Hyndla, and one other utility troop. You can also run it for Blue Day if you really, really wanted to for Guild Wars. So, it would be not necessarily clunky, but KrissTigger in most instances would be better in the context of Blue Day Guild Wars. But yeah, basically you just run it with Azura, Valkyrie, Hyndla, and one other good blue troop that you have. Basically, with the team you'd run with it. Is it over the top? Not really. The biggest benefit it has is it is a pretty decent freezer. But other than its freeze and summon, it doesn't really have much going for it. Which is why it's actually decent in Guild Wars, because both those aspects are pretty nice. It's also decent Guild War Defend Day troop, because it gives you a triple freeze that isn't a Queen Mab, so you have another option now. But no, it isn't anything too over the top. Under the context of some Giant teams, you can kind of get away with it too, but again, not really worth it for Giants. Biggest issue with Giants is it's still missing a really good 4th troop. The other slight issue is you do have to set your hero class to Titan to really utilize Giants. And that would not only require a fully traded Titan, but it would also require you to have to set your hero as Titan, meaning you can't currently have it set as anything else other than Titan if you do that. So I generally try staying away from those kind of teams. They're not really over the top at the moment anyways. One thing that is going to be quite a bit better starting next week is going to be Dwarf teams. Pure Dwarf teams going to have quite a bit more options, particularly if you have a fully traded Highforge. Mainly because... yeah, I believe Next Kingdom's bringing in like 4 or 5 dwarves. So, yeah, gonna be nice. Gives a lot more options. One of them is legendary. Actually, I believe both of them are legendary, I forget. But, at least one of them is a legendary as well, so. And it's a Doom Skull legendary, so you'll be able to synergize that with really tanky dwarves and do it down that way. It'll also add more diversity to maybe the pure dwarf team on Guild War days. Instead of seeing the same one we've always been seeing, we might start seeing some diversity in it and some different replacements for it. It'll still run against with Highforge and that red guy that is triple, but the rest of the team might end up getting replaced the other 2 slots from it for more Doom Skull options or something. Because Doom Skulls can be really dangerous in Guild Wars since they hit through reduction. There isn't really any way to really negate them out other than constantly mana draining them. I don't believe anything with Doom Skulls is actually coming in with immune to mana drain, so I guess that would be the easiest way to deal with them. I don't believe red really has a good mana drain option. First thing that comes to mind is is Moloch. What else is there under red drain? I don't think there's much. It's like Moloch, and that's pretty much it. That might actually be the only red drain, unless I'm forgetting one. Yes, redeem code coming soon, TM. Probably giving it on the end of the hour, which is in 18 minutes from now. That or when we find the next pet, either or. Probably the end of the hour, whichever one happens first. When we find our next pet, or when we find our, or at the end of the hour. Okay, we'll go and take the blue. Actually, when does our current pet expire? I don't even know the timer on it. For all I know, it could be like 18 minutes. Let's say. Okay, let's go and I don't have a kill here. We'll just take a skull to skull. And no, well, we do have alignment, so that's match. We'll just do it that way. Get that down. Take a skull. Throw the Infernus, and there we go. Okay. How much time to our next pet? Oh, of course, we need to actually have someone find a pet. But at least until we can actually set it. Games... 23 minutes? Never mind. Well, we can still find a pet gnome and just hold it, I guess. That's still possible. Hopefully someone in my guild has already done that. It is around peak hours soon, so... hopefully some people in my guild or someone might be holding one. But do make sure to do that if you are pet hunting. If you've already completed out your current pet and your guild's currently hunting down pets, you can, if you find a pet gnome in PvP, all you have to do is hold it and wait until the timer expires. Just go type into your guild's chat or use your Discord if you're running Discord and stuff like that. And basically just coordinate with them when on Earth the pet currently ends. And then complete out your pet gnome the second that it ends, or, you know, as soon as it's been confirmed that it is ended, just go and activate the pet gnome, and then you will go with 0 downtime from one pet into the next. And it is technically possible for very active guilds to have a pet literally every single hour by using this method. And it is probably what a lot of top-end guilds are doing. We've used it a couple times, though not excessively. I don't know how often some other people in my guild have been doing it. I've been getting really unlucky with them recently, though. About 5 to 6 hours of farming now, with 0 pet gnomes found, at least for myself. Of course, my guild's finding them as well, because of course, any person in your entire guild activating one activates it for everyone. But my personal luck with it as of recently has been really, really bad. Yeah, I didn't see one all of yesterday and all of today so far. I've seen 0 pet gnomes. But we've gotten like 6 pets since then. From my guild finding them. I'll go throw a Mercy down. There's been a lot of talk that they nerfed it. They did say that they didn't. But from what I can tell, at least what I've been seeing, it feels like they have. Though my guild's been doing approximately the same rate. Maybe a little bit lower than normal, but it seems about the same rate overall. So it could just be that we're getting unlucky. It is a relatively low drop rate. But I've gotten around 4 to 5 treasure gnomes in this time, but no pet gnomes. Could just be that we're getting super unlucky and just happen to get pet gnomes the entire time instead. When we should be getting the treasure gnomes. I believe they roll independently. One thing that they may have accidentally done as a change, which might be why it's rolling a little bit different, is before, I believe it had a chance of either doing a pet gnome or treasure gnome, in that it would roll both of them independently. I think it might be rolling both of them as the same roll now, which might be the case. So instead of giving you a chance of finding a pet gnome or a treasure gnome, it's now only doing that as one roll, where it's basically rolling if it will give you a gnome, and then it randomly chooses which gnome it will give you, either treasure gnome or pet gnome. Whereas before, I think it was 2 independent rolls. Though there's been no confirmation on that. The only thing they said is they have not reduced the rate of pet gnome. But you never know. Alright, we'll go take that over. Take the skull. Take the blue. Take the yellow. The furnace. And dead. But no, it started to be reported even when I still had the normal rate. So it could just be coincidence that we just happen not to be getting as many. Some people. And there we go, at 5,000. That's not that high. These days, that is ridiculously low. We're 44,321 in the PC mobile version of the game. I still find that number amazing sometimes. I keep forgetting how many people actually play the game. Like, I'll look here, it's like, yeah, we played an okay amount of PvP this week. No, you're currently ranked 44,321. Yeah, oh. Well then. Anyways, and that's not even counting console as well, of course. That's only, neither of the console version, that's only PC mobile that's counting. So counting both those versions, we're probably like 60th or something. Okay, we'll go and get that on blue. The biggest problem with that, especially these last, or particularly this week, I've been doing a lot of casual PvP in order to grind pets, and casual PvP gives you no ranking towards that. Now, that number is really irrelevant unless you're top 1,000. You get nothing from that number unless you're top 1,000. Well, we'll go and, I guess, we'll just throw in Furnace down. Oh yeah, Nyx teams are really annoying. They're generally used in the combination of Farge, Troll, Nyx, Dawnbringer, and Queen Mab. And instead of Dawnbringer, some people run Kraken like I do sometimes, or most of the time actually when I run that team on defend. But yeah, it's a really annoying team. It has pretty much everything it needs to be super annoying. It has barrier spam, it has full AoE spam, it has mana drain spam, it has entangle spam, it has infinite loop spam, and it has freeze. So basically every possible component that you would ever need to make the most annoying teams in the game, it has all in one team, which is why it's so annoying. It is a little bit more counterable now that Nyx got nerfed, but still, many instances it barely even looks like it's nerfed. Alright, we'll throw in Furnace that and down it goes. It's like a casino where they initially give you $100 to play and then you just start spending your own money. I'm really good about not gambling though. But yeah, I do understand the concept they refer to there. But yeah, they basically give you a lot initially and then they take it back, and then, but you still have the mindset of being a lot. We'll go take that down. Go throw that in there. And what else do we need? Can move that over. Take the yellow. Take a... what else do we need? Go throw it in Furnace. I actually did make quite a bit of money from slightly gambling when I first started Dota 2, though. For the longest time, I only played Dota 1 and never bothered with Dota 2. But I think it was like about 4 years ago or so that I ended up like getting into Dota 2 for the first time. And initially, this was like the first time I was ever on Steam, like using the Steam as a platform. But I didn't really know much about it, and it was like, oh, it has this whole marketplace thing. And I ended up like gambling with the key things that they have, like those the gamble boxes, the loot boxes that a lot of games are running these days, which is being like a plague on gaming because they're horrible. But I actually ended up making a couple $100 off of that, which I used into a bunch of various games. But yeah, I barely even paid actual money for a good majority of the games I have on Steam. Most of them are from when I used to merch stuff on Steam. I don't do that anymore. I still have a couple $100 worth of stuff too, just kind of laying around. To think about like 500. It's hard to tell because most of it got devalued over time because I didn't bother selling it all out before I stopped doing it. But some of it actually increased in value, so hard to really tell. But I should probably go sell it out eventually and go claim all that because I easily have a few hundred just sitting in free Steam cash that I could easily go cash out if I need to. Yeah, I used to do that a little bit. It's how I basically got all my Steam games for free. Or nearly for free. Also, a decent amount of my initial money spent on Gems of War was actually all from that. Like when I got dragon armor and stuff like that, back when it was first viable to actually go get dragon armor with gems and stuff like that. I basically didn't even pay any money for it because it was all from the stuff I was just merching on Dota 2 equipment. Alright, we'll just go through that onto Browns. Go through that in there. And what else do we need to move around? We'll go take that, take the Brown down. Throw the Infernus in there. Let's see. You compared a 3-tier ranked Infernus team to a 2x Firebomb team in the easiest casual PvP. Was surprised to find out just how much more resources you get in easy casual. Yeah, with how difficult some of the PvP battles are, it is possible sometimes to actually gain more from casual PvP spamming than you can from actual PvP, which is kind of weird, but it is the case. Especially on weeks like this, where you can actually gain +5 glory just for using a single troop in your team, if you want to do stuff like that. It's actually one of the highest rates of glory you can ever gain in the game, is if you run 1 trophy battles, constantly repicking in casual PvP, running it with the glory troop. I haven't been doing it that much because I technically don't actually need a lot of glory, but you could be running something like, see if I could find one, run something like this with the Vanguard, and you get 5 additional glory per battle. Oops, that's not the team I want. This with a Vanguard. Yeah, all you have to do is just run this, and you get 5 glory just for putting him on your team. Also, thank you, Rolf Starwind, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Yeah, it still wins about this exact same speed. You just throw a Firebomb, get that up, throw one of your AoEs, and it split damage kills everything. And there we go. And for this battle, we get 5 additional glory. And as you can see, we get 8 glory for that. Whereas a normal PvP battle would only be about 6 glory. Even this battle right here. How much did we just get? Did I say 8 or 9? We got 8. As you can see, a ranked PvP, we get 9. But this battle is going to take way longer than that. Plus, it's revenge. Normally, they're not revenges. But on average, you'd actually be getting a lot more glory from just spamming this on casual PvP 1 trophies than you would using a legitimate team against 3 trophies. Yeah, if you ever need a lot of glory, a week like this is actually the best time to go get it. Haven't been making much mention of it, but yeah, whenever you see a use X troop in PvP and gain 5 glory, really, really good week to run 1 trophy casual PvP. I forget the exact glory rate per hour, but it is somewhere around, let's see, what's that times 120? Wow, that's actually really high. Is it that much? Yeah. Assuming you have your Guardian that upgraded. It would be around approximately 960 glory per hour. Probably more towards about 1,000 on average. Here or there, give or take about 100 or so. But yeah, it's about 1,000, give or take 100. Is about how much glory you could farm from farming out 1 trophies with a +5 glory troop. Which is way above average. I believe normal PvP is around 500 to 600 per hour. Treasure Hunt is around 600 per hour, and yeah, so that's about anywhere from 300 to 500 more glory per hour than any other rate that you would ever have within the game by using a +5 glory troop on 1 trophy casual PvP with constant repicks in the easy teams or into Firebomb teams, either or. Oh yeah, redeem code? Yes, in 2 minutes, or actually, might as well just give it out now. Sure, might as well. Go throw the Infernus down. And that'll be that. Throw a Mercy in there. I'll have another one a little bit later on as well. I might as well just give out the final code as well. We have 2 codes left until Salty hopefully gives us more. Because if she doesn't, we don't have any for Monday. But she'll hopefully give them on Sunday night, hopefully. I'll probably ask her tonight. She won't be in the office, but they might give her a reminder for later. Okay, anyways, what was I doing? Oh yes, code. Let me go take the redeem. Not the redeem, the tribute. Come on, loading screen. Why are you even going? Go grab that. Ooh, 14 tribute, not bad. Get a defend reward. Oh yeah, that's funny. It's such a weird value of gold now because we have a 4% increase from our gnome. Our mimic. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm actually really glad I spent all those gems on mimic. I don't think it would be worth going to mythic, but definitely if you have thousands of gems and you don't know what to do with them, do get yourself like a legendary Mimic, maybe even a legendary Moon as well. I'm still kind of contemplating on if I'm going to go get that to legend or what I'm doing with that. But I definitely would say a legendary Mimic is worth it. It does cost around 1,000 to 1,500 gems, so it's definitely not cheap. But I don't know, 4%, 3 to 4 to 5% extra gold. It's definitely not that bad. And I would definitely consider it if you have a lot of resources. Obviously, if you only have a few thousand gems, even if you only had like this few gems, I probably wouldn't bother with it. But if you're like late game or end game, it is definitely considerable. Anyways, oh, Peace Pigeon, very nice, especially if you're running Divine teams. Let me go give out the code now. We go hunt down where on earth it is. And how many do we have left? Yep, 2. Assuming they both work, we have 2. And we'll give them both out this stream. We'll give out the first one now and the other one a little bit later. Okay, let me go copy this in. Copy that, save it. And where's the redeem code section? Redeem code, redeem code, redeem code. Right over there. Let me make sure it works. Let me put that over there so I can go copy paste it. Oops. Oops, I hate when I do that. No! No, what are you doing? What is it doing? Oh, that's what it's doing. How on earth did that come up? That's funny. It's trying to bring up, what's that thing on Windows 10? That, that like search engine that it has. Not Conduit, what's it called? That one female sounding thing. Actually, if I click here, it might say what she's called. How else can I help? What are you called? But it's a thing on Windows 10 whenever you try searching in that little bar down there. I somehow hit some kind of button and it made it go there. I think I hit the window key and then paste, and I guess it pasted it into that thing. Anyways, put that there, put that there. I'm not a robot. And click redeem. And success. Okay, it all works. Let me go and bring this into the thing below me for people coming in late. And we'll go put it into chat for everyone else. Just copy paste it. And there you go. Is that centered? Not really. Move that over some, and there we are. Okay, all should be good. Let's move that down, and let me go paste this into the chat as well. And there you guys go. Cortana, yeah. I knew it was something like that. I knew it had a core in its name. Does anyone even bother using that? The only time I ever really use that is to get to Device Manager and to get to System Usage. Those are the only 2 things I ever use that little search thing for. I'm pretty sure it has like a billion other uses, but that's the only 2 things I ever bother using that for. Oh, Pet Gnome! Guild. Anyone in my guild? We finally found a Pet Gnome. It took us like 6 hours of farming between yesterday and today, but we finally found one. Is anyone here in my guild right now? How much time until the current pet expires? Or is it already expired? Someone let me know. Also, let me tell my own chat. I mean, in game. Let's see. Where's my thing? Let's see. How long until current pet ends? Oh, is chat not working? Just got a pet gnome. Oh no! Chat's not working! That's a really huge lag. Let's see what happens if I say hello everyone in chat. Hello everyone. Oh no, all of chat is not working. 6 minutes, thank you. Okay, we need to wait for 6 minutes. So yeah, everyone just use the redeem code below. I didn't really go over it, but the invite code is whatever your settings is. Right where it says invite code. Redeem code is below and in the chat. Use it in the same location as always, gemsofwar.com or the game code section. Gives the normal reward as always as well. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And now we play the waiting game of waiting out this gnome. I guess we could start winning the battle some. It's need to make sure he doesn't evade the battle. He actually could. There is a slight chance because of the team I'm using that he could invade the battle. Let's see. I need to make sure I don't accidentally kill him, but let me move this battle forward some. Wouldn't that be sad if he invaded the battle? He might actually get full mana. I have yet to see a pet gnome ever dodge a battle. That'd be really disappointing. At least we have plenty of time to think out each one of our moves, that's for sure. Okay, we'll leave it at here for now, because now we have a pretty good setup. We can go Mercy, we can go Infernus, we got pretty much all that. But yeah, we need to wait out like 5 to 6 minutes now, because we need to get a pet immediately, so let's do that. Go over the new art of the spoiler page. A lot of new art in the out of the new cards. We already knew of that for a while. But sure, did they make it look all neat? Because I went over it when it looked a little bit sloppy on the other page. But if they made it look all neat on the forum, then sure, we might as well go over that. I don't see why not. This would be the perfect time too. We're not doing anything the next several minutes, so we might as well go over all of the new Kingdom troops again. Done it a couple times on stream, but might as well do it again. Because we're not doing anything else at the moment. There's all the skull things. Where's the image of it? I don't see what you're referring to. Though, I do know on the spoiler thread, or not the spoiler thread, but on the spoiler thingy, there's a bunch of stuff on it. Let's see. Oh, also, I should probably show this. This is adorable. Wait, I need to show this. I need to show this meme. I cannot not show this. 1 second. Where's my window capture? Of course, now that I don't need the now that I do need the window capture, I can't find it at all. There it is. That. That's one of the or not one of the gnomes. That's one of the pets. There's the pet. And there it is. It's I can't. It's yeah. That's probably one of the funniest looking pets that we currently have. Or it's not actually existing in the game yet. It's going to be coming sometime in the future. But yeah, that I don't even. That's pretty funny. Anyways, I don't know what the specific post you're referring to about all the new stuff. Of course, we could go check it on the thread, but what's that? That's just the things stashed. That's just the Ice Witch, which everyone complains about how she looks. These are some of the new Kingdom banners, apparently. There's a bunch of them on the file. There's a bunch of new banners. I meant Kingdom images. Oh! A gnome one! I believe that's Apocalypse. Oh, we're finally going to get Kingdoms for these. There's actual banners for them. That looks like the Vault. That looks like the Apocalypse. That looks like Guardians. Oh, sweet. I have no clue what that one is, though. Or nor that one. But, very nice. And, what's this? Nothing there. There's all the images. Oh, here's all the images for the new stuff. Doesn't say what they do, though. But, can I make this bigger? It's not making it bigger. That's where it's located. Open a new tab. And then just make it larger. Yeah, this will be an easier way to kind of visually show it, I guess. But yeah, there's the banner for the new kingdom. That one we already knew about for a while now. Wait, this isn't blocking anything, is it? No, it's not blocking anything. Well, it's blocking the screen, but you know what I mean. It's not blocking. None of it's being blocked from view. Because we're not actually playing the game at the moment. But yeah, there's the new banner. There's the new kingdom background, smaller version. There's the bigger version. There is the new legend boss from the thing. There is the kingdom epic, I believe. Looks a little bit odd proportion-wise. Looks like it has a large head compared to the rest of its body. Its head is like bigger than its torso. Yeah, there's a nicer image of the boss. There's, I believe... Oh, maybe that one was Kingdom Epic. Or is it the Legendary? I can't even tell on half of these. But, yeah, there's all the troops from it. Kind of interesting design. A lot of Frost-related troops, that's for sure. A lot of Frost stuff. A lot of Frost and a lot of Dwarves. We also finally got a magic-based Dwarf as well. Yeah, that's definitely the Kingdom Epic. It wouldn't have that many images if it wasn't. But, yeah, there's all of them. Let me go bring up the other tab, too. That actually goes over all the little info thingies. Let me see, where is that? Let me go bring that up. I go close that real quick though. Where's the little tab thingy? Let's see, it's right there. So let's just go and briefly go over these again real quick. Haven't gone over them for a little while, so might as well. Let me X out of that, and let's go and just do a quick overview. Make sure to bring it up to the right window. And yes, it is. And there's the spoilers. Okay, so let's go over, make this larger and go over these real quick then. And then by then, the gnome should be good to go. Also, if anyone's in my guild, make sure to let me know when that is. But it should probably be by the time we end this. So let me just zoom in. And there we go. Okay. So, new troops coming in New Kingdom. Quick overview. We got an ultra right here. Create 7 Doom Skulls, summon a Dwarven Zombie or a Slayer Ghost. Will it be decent? Not really. It could have potential. 7 gem spawn is really low, but Doom Skulls are really good. Next one, we have a rare here. It decreases an enemy's armor by magic +3. Transforms all green gems to brown to boost the effect. Useless. Don't ever use it. It's only a rare, so. Epic. I believe this is the Kingdom Epic you get for free. It's a brown-red. It deals magic +4 damage to an enemy and reduces the attack by 5. Deal triple damage if they are a monster. Basically no purpose other than countering monsters. It does have empowered, though, so it will be decent at countering monsters. Glaceon. This is the really strong troop that is going to be ultra excessively overpowered. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. This is the troop that I said is probably going to be synergized with the new mythic that came out today, or yesterday, I mean. It transforms all yellows to blue, which is the color it uses, and it transforms all red to Doom Skulls. And on top of that, it also freezes the strongest enemy, which means you also get a free freeze, meaning they'll probably lose their turn. It also has 65% score reduction, which is pretty high. That's the 3rd highest in the game, if I'm not mistaken, so pretty decent. On top of that, it also has a mythic trait, though it's pretty useless relative to its other stuff. But given how good a value everything else is, that makes sense that it's useless. But it only gains 3 attack when an enemy takes a skull, which is near useless. No point in that at all. But ice armor is ridiculously good, 65% reduction. That's nearly a Gorgolfa. Next up, we have a blue right here, ultra rare. It explodes 2 random gems, freezes a random enemy, and gains an extra turn. Pretty nice in that it gains an extra turn. It's also a goblin, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's a goblin. So you can use it within the context of 4 times goblin teams. There's also going to be a troop coming in the near future that will be giving a team bonus to goblins. So that will be coming eventually, soon, TM. But eventually. But yeah, that's pretty strong. Not the greatest thing out there as far as exploding is concerned. But explosion into automatic extra turn, we already saw how ridiculously good that is with Goblin Rocket. And it's going to be a similar aspect. It's a lot more random than a Goblin Rocket. It's not going to be used for board control, but it's a lot more mana generation. So it has that going for it. It also has insulated, which is nice. So it has immune to freeze, which is cool. Haha, get it? It's cool. Ha. Anyways, the common from the kingdom, it deals magic +2 damage to the last enemy and then creates 7 blues. Basically a rock worm, but for blue. We've been getting a lot of these troops into the game lately, so it looks like they're doing it for every color. Currently, brown and green exist, so now they're adding blue, and eventually I believe the other 3 colors will have it, because they're doing it for every color at this point, it does seem. We have another legend here. We have the King Bloodhammer. He deals magic +4 damage to the 2 strongest enemies, and then transforms all blue gems to Doom Skulls, so another convert to Doom Skull thing, to boost the effect. So again, going to be pretty good. I don't think it's going to be as good as the other one, but of course we'll see. The fact that it hits the strongest isn't really that good, but the fact that it has a Doom Skull convert definitely is. Though he does have an interesting final trait. Every single extra turn he does, or anything on your team does, it creates a Doom Skull, or 4 times, 5 times, standard extra turn thingy. But yeah, you can end up creating a gem during your turn, which is the first of its kind to be able to do that by actually taking something off its board. Currently, it's not possible to put any color onto the board by doing that. Actually, that could be something that could change Shadow Dragon to actually make it useful. If it created a purple every extra turn you got, that'd actually be very useful. But it's going to be potentially really overpowered with a lot of extra turn spam. Like, if you're using skull spam into that, you're just going to keep creating more and more skulls and creating Doom Skulls into your skulls and just creating a bunch of explosions and going crazy with damage. It'll be really good at doing single pokes as well with skulls. Other than that, we have this rear here. It deals magic +3 damage to the weakest enemy, transforms all skulls to Doom Skulls, which is actually pretty bad because it's just going to set up the board for the enemy. There are instances of quick teams where this could be okay, given its low mana cost, but more often than not, that's actually going to be really bad and could easily backfire by your enemy getting really good value. This would be a good thing to set on your defend team to deliberately lose, like putting this with triple Firebomb or something. Though you'd probably be better off just using 4 times Firebomb, but still. That's a good sabotage troop if you want to make your team worse. And other than that, we have this Epic, which I don't believe is the Kingdom Epic. The other one I believe is the Kingdom Epic. But it doubles the number of blues. Oh yeah, this definitely isn't the Kingdom Epic. It's just a troll. It's a nice troll. It doubles the amount of blues on the board and doubles the amount of brown on the board. It's the first troll to have a double-double, which is kind of weird, but that is what it is. Also, what on earth is that thing? The Corporal. I think there's a pet that looks like this as well. Oh, Zhejian event's coming up. Oh, very good time to go stock up on goblins then. The week after the event for the new kingdom. So that's a bit unfortunate that there's going to be this event and then it's going to be another good one right afterwards. No new legends though, so I don't actually have to open keys, but some people might want to. But what on earth is that thing? Look at that. That looks, if you just look at the top of its head and you don't look at its teeth, it actually looks quite adorable. But then you look at the thing, it's like, oh. It is pretty funny. But yeah, we have that guy. Anyways, that's all the new stuff we're going over at the moment. All the stuff coming in next Friday. Actually, the Ice Troll isn't coming in next Friday. It's coming in the following Monday. Not next Monday, but the following one. But anyways, guys, it should be about time to go kill the pet gnome. Let me go close this out. Where's the window capture? It's definitely been at least 6 minutes by now. Window capture, where are you? It was just up here. There it is, window capture. And off it goes. Anyways, let's go win this battle. Let me go X out all this. And go win this battle. Okay. Get that down. He better not get the last of his green. He could potentially do it, which would be really bad. And that's not enough to kill it, is it? Oh, okay, we have another Infernus. Luckily, he did not actually turn there. Or he potentially could have ran away. And there we go with a pet gnome. And we got another repeat, unfortunately. We got a puppy bot. We got the puppy bots. Okay, let's go get our puppy bot then, or another copy of him. That might be enough to upgrade him. There's not really any point to run full Adana though. Oh, this was the redeem code from earlier. As I mentioned, same as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Anything good in the gem key? Probably not. No, actually that's pretty decent. Runic, yeah, getting a, not Runic, a Arcane. Definitely pretty nice getting a random Arcane from that. I'll take it. Better than most of the other drops we'd get. Anyways, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, the pet we literally just unlocked. Let's go and the first pet gnome in like 6 hours of grinding. It took forever, but here we are. So let me go read through chat. I couldn't read through any of that chat during that entire time. That's why Discord is handy with timestamps, yeah. I wish they would add timestamps into the game itself. Also, hello Exos, welcome. You got a Emperor Corvash from the gem key. Your first orange, or your first legend. Very nice. That's actually a decent one, too. You can use it with Corvash, Valkyrie, Azura, and 1 other troop. And build a pretty decent team out of that. But yeah, that's a really nice pickup. Really good true damage. Sorry for the delay on that. Hope you're still here. Let's see. But yeah, that's a really easy to build and cheap team. Valkyrie's a rare. Azura you get for free from Merlantis, completing out Merlantis Kingdom. And then you would just need 1 other damage source of some kind. Preferably another true damage that you have laying around. But yeah, pretty nice. Is that Larry Llama, the llama we showed? We should keep it up just as a meme. I should probably go bring it up when we when it comes out. Just like randomly have it pop up out of nowhere. With gigantic eyes in the corner. Is there anything better to use the Dragon Soul with other than 3 times Warlock? Yes. 3 times Azurus or 2 times Azurus Umbra Wolf. Though both of those are quite a bit expensive. But if you have them, they're better than triple Warlock. But yeah, either Dragon Soul triple Azurus or Dragon Soul double Azurus Umbra Wolf. Both are better than the Warlock version. The reason for this is Azurus gives Necromancy plus a +1 purple each one, and it stacks, of course. And the Umbra Wolf creates a perpetual purple storm, and while it will give you 50% less souls, it does net you more souls per hour, because you'll be able to win quicker with the purple storm that it creates. In both instances, it's only worth doing if the Azurus is fully traded, and only worth doing if the Umbra Wolf is fully traded. If you have them, but they're not traded, then you just stick with Warlocks. Yeah, the main reason for Warlocks is they're the cheapest one. You get brown blues from the first kingdom, and you only need the first 2 traits, and they're the lowest thing with Necromancy in the entire game. So they're the absolute easiest Necromancy to obtain in the game. But there are things better than it, like Azurus and Umbra Wolf as replacements. But there is a lot more expensive to fully trait both of those 2. Let alone even getting enough copies, because you would need 2 to 3 copies of Azurus, plus you would need a copy of Umbra Wolf, which is a legend, whereas Azuruses are epics. I'm gonna move that over. Get that down. But yeah, Azurus is a little bit bad value as far as fully trading it. The only thing it's ever used for fully traded is soul farming. That's literally it. It's never used in any other context. because there's no team that really uses it for PvP. But yeah, if you find it, if you are going on a soul grind and you find it worth it, then yeah, it is worth considering. But if you want it for PvP or something, yeah, don't do it for that purpose, that's for sure. But only if you plan on using it for a lot of soul farming is it worth fully trading that. But if you're gonna do it eventually, then yeah, I guess you might as well do it. Better to get it done now. There are definitely a lot of better troops to put it into if you don't intend to soul farm. But if you do, then yeah, it's worth considering. Okay, let's go and we'll get this on purple, I guess. Go get that down. Take that over. Get a Infernus in there, and that's match. If I ever post a video of a stream, and it shows it's only 2 hours long, that means YouTube has not rendered it yet. This is something I can't really avoid in any way, other than just not uploading it. Yeah, there's an issue with long streams that are, well, long streams is in any stream longer than 2 hours. Basically, what's going to happen is YouTube has to go and render it and go through that whole process, and it could take a long time. It could take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours to 1 to 2 days. So it's a little bit inconsistent on when they actually get fully done. I try to hold them and keep them privated until it actually gets rendered, but as of recently, YouTube's been getting really, really slow. It took the one that we did 7 hours long, it took around like 2.5 days or almost 3 days before that thing was fully rendered. And the streams we've been doing lately, on like yesterday, it's been like a full day, and it's only 3 hours long, yet it's still not done rendering. YouTube's been very, very slow with it recently. Because normally it'd be done rendering by the time we even do the nightly stream. But now it's been 24 hours and it's not even done, so I don't know what's up with that. I have no control over that, unfortunately. But yeah, if you ever see any of my videos, or any of my streams specifically, that are around like the 2 hour mark or exactly at the 2 hour mark, basically if they're exactly 2 hours, you know it's just not done rendering. You can also tell because there's no intro. It'll probably start at some random time within the video and not specifically at the intro. Really, he just agiled. Luckily he didn't double agile. Is there any... never mind, I already just answered that. Turn the llama blue if you are going to use the random pop-up. Why blue? What is that a reference to? Is that Charlie the llama? Is that the reference it's to? I don't think it was blue, was he? But yeah, what is a blue llama a reference to? Alright, we'll take the yellow over. Grab that. See if we have any convert going anywheres. No. We'll just move that over. Still none worth going for. We'll just move that down. Take the skull manually. And again, still none. So I guess we'll just go get a diviner in there on brown, and that should give us the board we need. There we go. Let's see. It's a reference to my dragon. Let's see. Oh yeah, we could go and recolor the Oh, I didn't think about that. I should go do that to the oh, let me go do that right now. Not to the llama, to the baby dragon. Oh, that would be cute if we recolor him in a blue. That would take like 1 minute with Photoshop. Hold up, let me go do that right now. Oh, that would be perfect. 1 second. Where is the troop? Let me go download it. Save image. Oh, that would be adorable. I have to go do that. I didn't think about that. It'd be so ridiculously easy to do. Let me go save it. Show in folder. 1 second. We have to go do that. Let's see. Show it in folder. Put that up in Photoshop. Go to the color rebalance. Oh no, not the color rebalance. Well, I guess technically we could use that. Let me see. Never actually used color rebalance before. Oh no, I don't need color rebalance. I need, yeah, that's not the one I thought I needed. Let me go boot those values back to 0. That's not what I need. Actually, let me just delete the layer. What I need is hue and saturation. Would end up working better for it. Let's see. I mean, tone that down a bit. Never mind. That's that's a little bit too off. Let's see. Problem is the shading changes color too, because they use like a cyan color like initially, and now it's like the inverse of it becoming red, which makes it look a little bit weird. Let's see. No, that actually makes it look a little bit weirder. Let's see here. We'll get it eventually. What else do we need to adjust with it? That looks kind of weird though. Yeah, I think the main thing throwing it off is the fact that there's so much red on the thing now. Because of how it looks from the shadow. Because your shadow is normally like a cyan color, but now it's like switched. Makes it look kind of off. Oh yes, we made a blue little dragon with a blue little fire. I guess we'll go just do with this. I'll go and modify it more later, but yeah, this is just a quick edit for now. I'll go make it look a bit better later. But yeah, let's go bring out the blue dragon. I need to go change his eye color and everything too to match, but yeah, we'll definitely go and modify it and make it look like more like a dragon. That actually is a pretty good idea. I would need to do a lot more photoshopping than just this really quick edit, but we'll definitely need to go do that. That would be really funny. Let's see. What should I name it? Sure, that's fine. We'll just name it that for now. Click save on it. Click it to our desktop. X out of this, don't save, because we'll be editing it later. Yeah, this was like a really quick one. We'll be modifying it more later. Let's see. This is what we did with one single overlay. There's a lot more we'd have to do to it to actually make it look really nice, but where's the image overlay? Image, replace out the dragon with this dragon. Alphabetical order, still can't find it. It has a really weird name. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's that one. But there we go. Go grab that. Yeah, I'll modify it more later. We got a blue dragon now. Blue dragon. Get little blue dragon. That's the red thing I was talking about earlier too. Because normally the shadow's the cyan color. So basically the two colors are swapped now. I could actually make it so it wouldn't be like that. I could make it look a little bit different, but that would take more time. But yeah, for a quick edit, we'll go with that. Close enough. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Cute little dragon. Put it next to my other thing for now. Here. I'll actually go keep him on. Let's go put him over here. Let's see. Sure, that'll work. We'll keep him right over there. We'll go modify him more later to be more accurate, but that's going to take too much time at the moment, so there we go. Let's see, move that over. Take that down. It looks like it's wearing a diaper that way. Yeah, it normally is wearing the shell. It kind of looks a little bit weird when it's that coloration, because it doesn't have as much detail in the shell, especially when it's that small. I think that's actually kind of what they were going for with it, though, because it's literally wearing an egg, so it obviously is young. Okay, we'll go and go into the next battle. Oh yeah, we're doing pet rescue right now. That we literally just activated ourselves. Okay, we'll go and what else do we need? I guess we'll take a yellow over. Trade Groomstills with Justice, very nice combo. I have been doing that occasionally. I haven't been caring for it on Justice though, because it's really inconsistent. But it does get some really nice board clears when it does work. Because one of the whole reasons why I even ditched a Justice team to begin with is it's just really inconsistent sometimes. Some battles it ends up wiping in seconds. Other battles it can backfire very hard. And even with freeze, it can still end up taking a lot of damage that it doesn't need to take. Okay, let's get move that over. Put the other one over. Go throw in a furnace down and go from there. Take that one. We do have alignment, so I guess we will go for that. Get the explosion going. Anything else we need to move around? So, sure, why not? Go for that. And get that down. Get the double doom skull from there in our extra turn. A lot of damage. Still has 1 HP though. Luckily there's a skull sitting right there to kill it out with. Get that converted, hopefully into magic buff. Nope. Get the explosion and go from there. And we'll throw this down. Nice, nice. Grab that. Take that one. Throw that over. And then just get that over. And there we go. Get another explosion. Go and throw that. And there we go. Yeah, I'll adjust the little baby dragon later. It is kind of cute. I can't wait till we actually get one. I still don't have one for my character shoulder. Too bad you can't change the files within the game anymore. At one point you were able to. And you could change the visual of anything. It's not possible anymore, I don't believe though. But if it was, I would totally go and modify the dragon like crazy and just replace the one in-game with that one. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that it's not possible anymore. Because you could literally just replace any pet image with whatever you want. And have anything on your shoulder. Okay. Even if it looks nothing like what it originally was. You could literally just replace it with any image if they still had the previous thing in the game. At one point, you were able to replace literally anything in the game. Any assets. But it's not possible anymore. How come I never use codes? I use the codes. I use them initially to check them. I don't use every code that I have, but generally I do use them just to check to see if they're working. Because I have given out many dead codes before and I try not to. Alright, we'll go throw that down. Throw the explosion in there. Get the Infernus, and then another one will kill it. And dead. But you have to be on PC mobile. I forget if I mentioned that the other time. I try to mention it every time, but sometimes I forget. You do have to be on PC mobile to use the code. Well, there's a lot of yellow pet food, but unfortunately no pet itself. Alright, move that over. Move that over. Get Diviner down. Get an explosion. These battles are pretty easy. There's nothing really too over the top on them. Get an Infernus in there. Get a Divinish Follow and go from there. Actually, before I do, let's get Diviner, then Divinish Follow. If we even have alignment. No, we do not. Fail. There we go. Now we have it. Grab that down. Get an Infernus going. Go for another one. And no alignment, so we'll clear the board. Hey, it almost killed my Gorgolth already. Get Infernus down. And hopefully we have alignment here into the win. And no, we did not. Okay, we'll just take that, I guess. And what else do we need? I guess we'll just go and get that over. But yeah, we'll have another redeem code, I guess. Probably at the half-hour mark of the stream, or at least at the current next half hour, not the actual hour. So probably about 17 minutes from now, approximately. And that'll be the last redeem code for today, as well as our last code that we even have. Until Salty gives us more. Hopefully she'll give us more tomorrow night, though. Alright, we'll go and get that down, throw Infernus at it. We'll be good to go. Maybe get some skull alignment, get that converted. And sure, we'll go for the explosion. No need to get in that red. Or maybe we did. Oh, no, he gets all of it. No! Oh, wow. That red I didn't take almost just lost us the battle. Actually, might have. Not over yet. We haven't actually won yet. There we go, now we did. Wow. Okay, yeah, I definitely should have taken that. Didn't think you'd get that much value out of it. Wow. That was almost very bad. Luckily, we have, like, infinite tries, but still. Anyways, there's more puppy bots. How many are we up to? It's not really a good one, but it's a pet nonetheless. Where is it? There it is, the puppy bot. The canine friendship bots. But yeah, we only got 1 more copy, so that brings us up to 3. So not much progress with that, but more copies are more copies. Wish we'd get some troops or more pets that we don't already have, though. We've been this entire stream at 20 out of... even though we gotten like 2 or 3 pets this stream, we've been at 20 out of 36 the entire time. Hasn't actually improved any. We end up getting a multiple of a Mimic, we end up getting a multiple of a Puppy Bot, and we end up getting a multiple of a Snow Bunny. So we got 3 during the stream, but all of them were repeats. Anyways, back into PvP. How much time until the reset thing? 40 minutes. We're probably not going to be able to get another one on stream. We might be able to hold one, but by the time the stream ends, probably won't really get to utilize it. Let's see. Also, what is that? 4I1D. Why do you want me to search that? We'll go and throw this down. And what else do we need? I guess we'll go take a yellow over. Throw the Infernus down. And he just kills itself off, and down it goes. Hey, another one. Wow, back-to-back fire bombs in normal PvP. I'll take it. Very easy battles. Still curious when they're going to do something to address this issue. I believe it's not coming in until later this year. They said they're going to do a PvP overhaul, but they said it would be later this year. So I believe it's their second to last or last update of the year. Last update's the mid-December. Second to last update is generally sometime in October or so. So that's probably the one where it's going to be doing the rework to PvP based on what they said. Of course, their schedule could change. But based on their previously kind of mentioned schedules, probably around October or so, we should be getting a PvP rework. Of course, that's still several months away. But that's approximately when it would likely be coming in. We have nothing good to... we have nothing good to go convert. Also, I still have that dragon there, don't we? I forgot I even still have that there. I still need to go revamp it later. But yeah, I definitely need to go do that. Thanks for the suggestion, whoever mentioned that. It's pretty funny. Okay, we'll go and take the skull. Throw that down. But yeah, I might just keep him there forever. Oh no, is he that distracting? He's adorable though. All the cute little things. There we could put him in the bottom right corner. I'd rather have at least one instance of that somewhere. Well, then again, we have it in the middle there. I keep forgetting all that's even down there. That's from like ages ago. I should still probably like revamp it, make it look a little bit better. I tend to have a habit of just like slapping things down and just leaving them there. Like, if I don't remember, this guy will stay here forever. I'll, like, forget to ever do anything with him. But, let's see. We'll go and take the brown over. Get the Mercy down. They said a PvP rework, but we still didn't get any daily tasks either. Yeah, good point. Daily tasks were supposed to come in the previous version, in version 3.35, but they skipped right to 3.4. So I don't know what happened with daily tasks. What on earth is going on with that? I guess they prioritize pets instead. It's kind of like what happened with the previous 2 kingdoms. The Shentang kingdom was supposed to come out before... yeah, Shentang was supposed to come out before Bright Forest. But for whatever reason, their schedule changed and it went the other way around. Where Bright Forest came before the Shentang. You can even tell in the files of the game. Because... Shentang is a lower number than Blighted Land. I mean, than Bright Forest, which means that it was supposed to initially come out beforehand. And they even said initially too that it was going to, but then they changed like last minute. I believe the main reason was because of Chinese localization. It took them a little bit longer than expected, so they wanted to have the Shentang come out during that time, which is why it got delayed. Yeah, they delay things for all sorts of reasons. Or even just completely cut them. Like the friends list that should have been in the game 2 years ago. Or they added the, 2 years ago, they added a spoiler thing into the game on the profile where it said, it had a little friends thing. It had 2 little images of a character plus a heart in between, which is supposed to represent a friends list. And it said coming soon. The button lasted for about a year and a half. About half a year ago, it got removed. And we never got a friends list. They teased it for a long time, then they never talked about it for ages. Then the button stayed there forever, and then they removed the button from the game and then never added it. But hopefully they'll eventually do that. Again, I believe the main thing they're waiting on is being able to implement some kind of real form of real-time PvP, which is going to be a really big issue for them to actually implement to a game like this, which is why it's probably been delayed. Because it wouldn't make much sense if they added a friends list without that. It wouldn't be for actual rewards or anything, but it would be for the fun of it. Also, they'd probably bring in private messaging and stuff like that too, if they were to introduce something like that to the game, which is something the game definitely needs. There's currently no way to privately contact a person. Also, if you end up kicking someone, there's no way to go say, hey, I end up kicking you for X reason. Sorry about that. Here's a guild that you can go join, so on and so forth, or like a partner guild or some kind of other thing. You have to do all that communication external to the game. There's no way to do it within the game itself. Or at least there's no easy way to do it within the game itself. Technically, I guess you could try, though it'd be ridiculously difficult. But yeah, they've been talking a lot of different instances of real-time PvP eventually. Either it's not going to replace actual PvP as we know it, like what PvP is right now will still be exactly the same. But they mentioned in the past 2 things. The ability to battle your friends in real time, which likely would have been implemented with a friends list if they ever get around to doing such a thing, as well as a mini game that would be real time. I don't know if it'd be actual battling, kind of like Arena, or some kind of drafting system, or if you'd both be playing together against something, or both be playing against each other. But regardless, they said some kind of mini game in the future may have real time aspects to it. Okay, we'll go and throw blue on there. But they have been adding quite a few mini-games these days, which is kind of nice. Not really what I would consider mini-games, though. The only real mini-game I would really say that I would really consider, like, the whole concept of one, is Arena. I mean, not Arena. Well, Arena, when it first came out, yes. Treasure Hunt was the most recently added real mini-game, I would say. And the only one that could kind of technically be considered that, I would say, is maybe Dungeons, though it's so ridiculously easy I would barely even call it that. But yeah, I'd honestly say that Treasure Hunt was the most recently added one, and that was in version 1.05, like ages ago, like 2.5 years ago. But yeah, most of these minigames I wouldn't really technically call minigames. I don't know. Let's see, Pet Rescue, I guess technically. Soul Forge isn't a minigame. Treasure Hunt, yes, definitely a legitimate minigame. Dungeon, questionable. Arena, definitely is. Gnome Vault, not really. Bounty Hunter, not really. It's basically just battles the exact same thing over and over and over again. Well, I guess we could technically consider Pet Rescue a minigame in a way. But, yeah, nothing like a Treasure Hunt. Like, nothing, like, completely different from what you would normally do within the game. Treasure Hunt was, like, really, really huge when it first came out. Not only because its resource gains were actually pretty decent at the time, but also just in general, it was, just really good compared to, the other content in the game. It's just a lot different. Really creative, even though it's pretty similar to the aspect that they added in their during Puzzle Quest, but still, Puzzle Quest 2 had something like this that's almost not near identical, but it followed the same premise of this, but still, nothing really original like this coming in, which would be cool if we see something like this again. Something that doesn't necessarily use like the troops that you have within the game. Something just kind of fun to chill around with, to mess around with something completely different than what you would normally do in a general battle. What else do we have to move around? I guess we'll go grab that one. Take that one over. Grab that, move that, take that. What else? Get that down. And yeah, let's just end out the map. I just went here to show the little thing, but I guess we technically do need maps anyways. This is a map week. I think we need 100 more, in order to get every reward, so this will cover a few more of those. There we go, another 3. It's only 97 more later on. We'll go do that later. Hey, we got a gem from that, even though it went through so quick. Anyways, let's go back to PvP. Oh, a pet gnome. Wow, why are we getting so many pet gnomes all of a sudden? This is good and bad. It's good because we have a pet gnome. It's bad because I think we still have like 30 minutes until the current pet gnome expires. So, what do we do? Do I just sit here for 30 minutes? Obviously, we can't do that if we're going to keep streaming the entire time. Well then, we have an issue. What do I do about this? Someone in my guild, how long do we have until the next pet gnome expires? I feel like it's over in half an hour from now, which is a problem. But yeah, we have an issue. I guess we can go through that down. But, yeah, we have a slight issue here. Yeah, Red Devil, how much time do we have till the next pet expires? Play Puzzle Quest 2? Sure, I can go bring out Puzzle Quest 2. I don't see why not. We can go bring it out. I don't know, Puzzle Quest 1 or Puzzle Quest 2? Actually, I haven't touched Puzzle Quest 2 for ages. I don't even know what the current progress of my account is. Probably barely anywheres. Yeah, we can go do that real quick. I don't see why not. Let's go meet the game and go bring out Puzzle Quest 2. Does Puzzle Quest 2 have Doom Skulls? I believe it does. See, we could still go mess around with Doom Skulls. Doom Skull practice. Anyways, let me go mute this game. Oh yeah, never mind. Let me go mute it through the volume adjuster. And yeah, let's go bring up Puzzle Quest and go find an overlay for that. Okay. I haven't touched Puzzle Quest in like over a year. Gosh, I still need to complete out that game. I still have not played out one full playthrough of Puzzle Quest yet. I definitely need to eventually. I don't even know what point I am in this game, but yeah, we definitely need to revisit Puzzle Quest 2 in the future. Maybe even just start another one from scratch and start doing a stream series for it. Problem with Puzzle Quest 2 is it is a little bit tedious, but might as well. Eventually. I don't know when we'll get around to that, but it is something within something we'll probably do. We only have 13 hours in this game. Also, I don't know if it came up on screen yet. I don't know if I have an overlay for it. It apparently shows in full screen immediately, which I need to go fix. Let's see. No, I don't have any overlay for it, but let me go and bring this up. Oh, it even has a skull as the thing. That's funny. What happened? I just completely crashed it. Good job. It's just a black screen now. Good job, Puzzle Quest 2. Well-made game. No. I actually forget what year this was made. I think it was 2009 or something. Hello, black screen. Do something? Let me X out of it and go back in, I guess. I shouldn't have left the window. Oh no, now it doesn't want to close. There it goes, now it closes. Okay, let me relaunch it and don't leave the window. Oh, we have 30 minutes? You gotta be kidding me. Well, we're playing Puzzle Quest 2 for the next 30 minutes, so if any of you haven't seen that. It still has the Doom Skull mechanic. It also has that fist that you see on the team score. That's actually where they got that icon from. There's also a few troops in this game that are exactly the same in this game as it is in Puzzle Quest. I mean, in Gems of War. Green slime is literally the exact same thing. Let me go bring up an overlay for it. Click to begin. Okay, let me go under options. I need to find a, let's see. There it is. 1280 by 720. Confirm. Oops, where's the full screen? I need to disable full screen. Windowed. There we go, perfect. That's the exact same size I run Gems of War in. Luckily, this game has much better dimensions than Puzzle Quest 1. Puzzle Quest 1 is such an old game that it doesn't even have, like, proper, things. Done. And, there we go. Okay. Also, all their Puzzle Quest games had multiplayer, yet Gems of War doesn't. Anyways, let me go bring this up on screen. I know you guys can't see it at the moment. Let me go bring that up. Let's see. I need a game capture. Where's a game capture? I guess I could just make a new one. Sure, we'll go do that. Also, I have a lot of layers I need to go destroy. Let me go start destroying these. Actually, let me destroy them all at once. This is all the old info we had. Okay, let me go make a new window capture for this. Oh, good. It's already up. Boom. There we are. And, why is it not as long on the bottom? I guess it's not as big a deal. But yeah, we'll wait it out the pet gnome by playing Puzzle Quest. I guess I'll extend it out a little bit to make it cover the entire area. And, there we go. Oops, let me move it down in layers just so it's not, blocking everything. I guess that's not too big a deal. I'll still lower it. Let's see, where's the current window capture? Let's see. I want to move it behind the other layer just so it's not blocking the thing. It has to go like all the way to the bottom, doesn't it? Let's see, video capture, sidebar, where even is this? The game, the war, Unity, there it is. That should be exactly where it is. So if I put it one lower, it should be, yeah, there it is. There we go. Okay, so that's exactly where I normally have my other game set up. And I'll rename this as Puzzle Quest 2 in case we ever need to bring it up again. What's it called again? Rename. Puzzle Quest 2. Puzzle Quest 2 Go. Gems of War. There we go. In case I ever need to bring it up again for whatever reason. And there we go. Let's go play some Puzzle Quest 2. It's been, wow, it has been a long time since we played Puzzle Quest 2. But we need to wait out the pet gnome, so let's go do it. Oops, why is it not clicking? There we go. So we're still using the assassin. I probably have such a weird build. No clue where we even are at the moment. But also I named it Syrian, jokingly. But yeah, let's just continue. And continue with quests. And figure out what on earth we're doing at the moment. Apparently we're at this armory guy. We have this quest over here. But yeah, I don't really care for the layout that they went for in Puzzle Quest 2 compared to Puzzle Quest 1. A lot better with Puzzle Quest 1, I do have to say, but interesting concept. You get all of your inventory here. You could go and upgrade all of your weaponry. You have a lot of stats, though. These stats are a lot less consequential than they were in Puzzle Quest 1. You basically just spam like whatever best 2 your hero is and just kind of do that. Whereas in Puzzle Quest 1, you could revamp your hero into whatever you wanted. Even though you were restricted to a class, you had a bit more leeway into what you really want to build it into. Whereas in this game, it's pretty restricted. It has a lot of resource system as well. Kind of like we have a billion different resources in Gems of War. They definitely took that aspect from Puzzle Quest 2, that is for sure. There is a lot of resources in this game that you use to upgrade stuff and just sell them as well, and you know, other related things. But yeah, apparently we have some kind of random quest item. Not even sure what this is for. Not even sure what our current quest is. So we'll go and do whatever that is. Apparently we have a few of them currently up, but we have this one. Recover the first missing piece of Rathia's journal. So let's go do that. We'll just keep following the question marks because I have no clue where we're actually to head at the moment. Because again, I haven't played for ages. But whatever this thing is on, should be fine. This is a portal chamber that leads to basically everywhere. Apparently we're in the Grand Tome at the moment. Let's go head over there. Oh, let's just keep following these. No need to really deviate from that path at this point. Apparently we have some kind of ghost fights. And let's figure out what all of our abilities do again. As you can see, this is the fist from Gems of War. If you've ever wondered where that icon came from, that's what it's for. As you can see, we only have 5 colors. The color that we are missing is brown. Instead, we have this fist. What this fist is used is to use your abilities. We have 2 different weapons that we can use, one for both hands. Some have shields and stuff. This is dual-wielding weapons because it's assassin, but you can run shields. Mages and stuff run like a little thing that helps with like board control and mana and stuff. But for this, we have a, let's see, we have this weapon. It seems like it does a 22 damage, and it gives plus 10 to weapon critical chance, meaning a 10% higher chance to critical. I believe criticals do 2 times damage, if I'm not mistaken. And this thing is poison. It poisons the enemy for their next 8 turns and deals 9 damage per turn, and it has a 10% higher chance to critical. So we have both of those aspects going. So as you can see, we have Doom Skulls here. Same thing as always. They look a little bit different, obviously, in this game, but they're same thing, concept, plus 10. Also, this still doesn't have drag, does it? Oh, no, it still has drag. Good. Puzzle Quest 2 did add the option to drag. Puzzle Quest 1 didn't actually have that ability. So what do we need to really get our things going? We have a stun here, which is really nice. So I guess we really need red and green. Red, green, yellow are the 3 main colors we'd really want to be going all in on. If I'm not mistaken, we can also use purple as our shield. One of these things does do a shield, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, we have Stone Strike, Swift Strike. Converts all yellow gems to... Well, let's see what these all do. So this opponent misses 3 turns while stunned. The strike attacks... and strike attacks do double, which we have a bunch of strikes on our thing. We have Swift Strike, which ends up converting all yellow gems to battle board. On the battle board to purple. We have this one, which converts all green gems on the battle board to purple. We have Stealth, which damage is applied to purple. Yeah, this is basically like a barrier that uses your purple mana as HP, which ends up working out decently. It also doubles all strike damage, and it gains an automatic extra turn if we have over 13 purple. And we have the Freezing Strike, which converts all blue gems on the battle board to purple. So basically, we could just convert everything we want to purple as much as we really need. So that's pretty nice. So green and red and green, definitely still want to focus them though. So let's see, get our free turn. Also, I believe this game does add the ability to 5 times the things. So if we do it in like a nice little arch, we weren't able to do that in Puzzle Quest 1, but this one does allow it. We could go for that Doom Skull there, or we could go for the extra turn purple. I think I am actually going to go for the Doom Skull damage instead though. So go grab that. He will take that purple though and hit us for 6. And we mana drain's still in this game too. Whenever the board runs out of moves, you lose all of your mana. You do not lose your fists though, which is used for your battle ability, which is interesting. So you actually do get to keep something after the thing, but still, that is a really annoying mechanic. I'm so glad they removed that from Gems of War, and instead, all they have instead is a shuffle, which is much less annoying than the system that's in this game, that is for sure. Let's go throw this down. I think we have enough points for it now. Of course, the number on the left side of it, this uses 15, this one uses 11, and we need to have that much to actually use it. But as you can see, we just throw that down, this little animation thing, and then we poison it. But yeah, this one is a lot more visual than some of the other ones, though. I don't know, I never really cared for this game too much. I do like it as a concept. I just feel like Puzzle Quest 1 did it a lot better, personally. Still a really fun game to mess around with, that is for sure. But, yeah, it's definitely quite different. Also, this game does introduce their first game that I believe that they ever added bigger boards. Even though this is a pretty standard board for the most part, in that it's 8x8. They do run different board sizes in this game, and some of them get ridiculously huge as well in some of the boss battles and other pieces of content within the game. So it does have that interesting aspect to it as well, which is something that Gems of War hasn't even implemented yet, like different sized boards and stuff like that. So we could convert these to purple. I don't really have any good alignment for that, so I'm not even going to bother. I guess we'll just go and take that so we have a switch strike for the following turn if he doesn't ruin it. And of course, he just goes and ruins it, but he gives us a free turn, so we can just do that into his skull and then go from there. Let's see. But yeah, anyone from my guild who is in my guild, let me know when we can go do the pet, because we'll go activate it then. So I guess at this point, the rest of the stream will pretty much be Puzzle Quest. With that being said, I didn't give out the second code, did I yet? Because I'll go do that right now, since we'll mainly be playing Puzzle Quest 2 for the rest of the time in order to utilize the pet. But, yeah, let me go give the last code if I didn't already. I don't think I posted the second one. Short-term memory for the win. Anyways, let's go and use the final code. I haven't given it out yet. So let me go do that right now. Copy that. Save it. X out of this. And let me go put that into the thing so you guys can go use that. Let me go double check that it works first before I do. Not like it would make a difference. I don't have a backup code even if it doesn't work. So hopefully it works. Yes it does. Perfect. Okay, let me go replace this underneath me. And then go replace the other thing as well. So, where's the thing for it? Gems of War. Redeem code. Where is it? Redeem code. Boom. And there you guys go. Right there. And then we go copy paste it into chat as well. And we'll be good to go. Okay, and then we'll just copy into chat. The Stardew Valley already incorporated multiplayer. I just haven't bothered playing it again since then. I do need to go look into it. I'll probably actually do that tomorrow, since I should have a decent amount of free time tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow we will most likely go and look into that. Or I won't be actually streaming or anything, but I will be kind of seeing it, kind of getting a feel for it, and seeing how I'll be going about streaming it, and what exactly I'll be doing with it. But yeah, we will be, that will be something I'll be looking into. Because I do want to see what exactly they implemented with it. I believe they added single-player content too, as well, even though it is a multiplayer update primarily. Okay, let's go and throw like a flail or something at it. So we had this 6 times down there. Don't really need to do anything with that. Let's throw the flail for damage. What much does that actually do? 22. That's not even a critical. Oh, it blocked it. Block is in this game. I don't even know what it reduces it by. I believe it's based on a static value based on your mitigation. You have like a % chance of doing it, and then you just resist it by your mitigation or whatever it is. I actually forget exactly how that functions, but apparently he's doing it by like 20%. So that's reducing it quite a bit. He's still poisoned, so we got that going for us. We can throw a Swift Strike here. I don't have the stealth thing going anymore because we downed our purple to 0. We keep using it up because we keep using it as our shield. That's why we barely have any damage whatsoever. because it keeps trying to shield with the color. We can try converting yellow into the thing. The biggest problem with that convert, though, is we always have to keep converting out stuff we actually need every single time we do that. Wish we wouldn't have done that. We actually had alignment if we wouldn't have gone for that. And he's going to get a Doom Skull there, too. Ow, that hurt. We have really low block as well, as I say that. Why don't we block as high? Because we don't have as much mitigation. We blocked it by 6, which is slightly more than half. But let's go and Swift Strike I don't have. Take the Skull. Try for the thing there. Need to repoison it soon. How much longer is that? 2 more turns. So we have, let's go take, I guess, more red. Freezing Strike. Oh, you know what? He keeps doing the thing. Might as well go do that. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one for alignment. Fail. Well, I just gave him that. I was totally looking at it from the, I don't know why I thought red would be converted to blue. But that is what I was thinking there, which obviously is why that missed. Oh, I get 35. Also, you can see there's wild cards in here too. That's still something from their Puzzle Quest games that they've not implemented into Gems of War, and they probably will never implement into Gems of War, because unlike Puzzle Quest 1 and 2, Puzzle Quest 1 had 4 colors, Puzzle Quest 2 had 5 colors, as you can see, but Puzzle Quest 3, or Gems of War, I mean, there's no Puzzle Quest 3, though that'd be really cool if they do eventually make one. But Gems of War doesn't have a concept like that, unfortunately. Or not unfortunately, but it'd be really hard for them to implement it because there's so many more colors. With 6 on the board, a wild card like that would just be way too overpowered, and would probably be used instantly every single time just because of how congested the board is. At least relative to these games. Stop blocking everything. Go down already. As you can see, battles take forever in this game sometimes. Oh, there we go. We get a critical. There are some better combos you can get later in the game. This is still more towards mid-game where we are right now. Every single battle gives you a bunch of resources, kind of like how you get a trait stone at the end of every battle in Gems of War. Gives you gold, gives you XP, all the normal kind of stuff. Anyways, hopefully we can at least complete out this quest. And then we'll go and... oh, I could go show the puzzle quest. I mean, the treasure hunt thing I was talking about. So we're going to go raid this chest as soon as we kill out this lich. And you'll see what I mean when I said this game technically had had a treasure map in it already. It's not exactly the same thing. It's actually quite a bit different, but it's the premise of it's there. Oh, he blocked it. Really? That's not good. Okay, we have a wild card here. We'll take it for free yellow. Grab all that. I do not have a drop for that, so we can't go for that. We have our stealthy, so I don't, could throw that down for free actually, so I will go do that. Go get that down. And now we just need to go... Oh, wait. It's our turn? I thought if you have 13 more purple. Oh, I think you have to have the 13 more purple after you cast it. It's not like Puzzle Quest 1 where you can do it beforehand, I guess. Oh, let's just throw a bunch more mana then, so we can get another convert. I need more red. Luckily, there's a bunch of red just sitting right there. And we'll go take that. I don't have any drops over... Oh, actually, I could have dropped into the skull. Actually, he goes right for that. Okay, let's go and... do we have alignment for this? We get a single thing out of it. Not really that worth it. Though, we still have this thing active, don't we? Yeah, we do. So we actually do get damage out of it for double damage on it. So we hit a 20. And he blocks it, of course. We should probably start getting a poison on him then, if he's just going to keep blocking everything. And we'll keep getting more purple. I believe this lasts forever, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's unlimited. It lasts for as long as we still have purple mana. So we can basically just never take damage by constantly getting our purple up, which is ridiculously easy with this. If we had a little bit more blue, I could go convert that out. But in me taking the blue, I'm going to ruin my alignment, unfortunately. We'll go take this over. Get that down. Let's see what we can do from here. Okay, we have the other one, so we'll go for that. We still have our thing active, so that will do double. That does 14, not too bad. He blocks it, though. Do we have it for red? Yeah, no, Stone Strike. Which one does this do? Green. We can convert green over. Sure, we'll go do that. Why not? We'll do Stone Strike in there. I'll pretty much max our purple. Actually, never mind. We already are maxed on purple. Right now we are. So we have a wild card there. We can take this Doom Skull. Take that one over. Have another Doom Skull over there that we can go take if we want. What else do we really need to move? We have this we could take for a lot of yellows. We'll just simply take a Doom Skull for now. Grab that down. Bunch of Cascades. Barely does anything damage-wise, though. So, do we have any good drops here? Stone Strike. What is this? Yellow to purple. That is an extra turn, because I believe in this game, if I'm not mistaken, that does count as extra turn these days. Oh, no, it isn't. Never mind. Never mind. They never did that for Puzzle Quest 2 either. They didn't do that until their later games, and Gems of War. Does that actually count as an extra turn when you do it 5 times like that? Oh, well. No, he's pretty much dead. We'll let him actually have that skull. Better just to get a poison and then throw the flail at it from getting a little bit more power. Really barely even need to take any skulls. We can just keep throwing down on these little power fist things to do our abilities, and then just keep criticaling him off of that. Now that did a lot of damage, and we blocked it, so not really that big a deal though. Have to pretty much. We'll go take another skull. Blocked it. Why did the thing earlier block so much higher? I just don't know why that actually did it. You can tell I haven't played this for ages. But we'll go and take this down, throw a double flail at it. Before I do, let me grab our Doom Skull. And see what we can do from here. So we have Swift Strike again. Stone Strike, I don't believe I need. There's not enough to actually get alignment off it, though we do have it off this one. I don't currently have my thing on, though. I need more purple for that. So this will give us the purple we actually need to go get it up. That makes it so we do less damage, though. Or not that we do less damage, but until I get this back up, we do less damage. So that should be a free turn. Should still be our turn, because we have 13 plus. Why do we keep losing our turn? If purple mana is 13 or... Oh, 13 or less. Wait, why is it 13 or less instead of 13 or more? Hold up. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, weird. Okay, but yeah, it has to be less than 13. Okay. That'd explain why it wasn't working for the extra turn. But let's go and flail him. Actually, before I do, Doom Skull. Much longer on the poison. Still has plenty of time. So we'll get the green there from the Cascade. Then we'll go kill it out. Oh yeah, I never actually did play Galactrix. Which is technically the third one. It is technically Puzzle Quest 3, even though it doesn't go by the name of Puzzle Quest 3. But yeah, technically there is no Puzzle Quest 3 though, in a way. I really wish they would make one. More in the theme of Puzzle Quest 2. I mean more in the theme of Puzzle Quest 1 / Gems of War. But you never know, maybe they'll eventually make one. Probably no time soon though. Gems of War is really their biggest priority. Okay, we'll go and I don't really even need a black Dracum or anything. I guess we just get a little bit more fist and go from there. We don't need to stun him for that long. Do we get an extra turn at any point? No, never mind. It just stuns him, so we get a bunch of turns that way. I don't need that fist at the moment. I don't think that we have any converts here that are actually worth going for. Both of them do not have alignment, so we'll just go and take some mana. But that gives them free extra turn and Doom Skull, so I don't want to do that. Now we can convert out blue. Sure, we'll take the purple for free because that allows us to take the Doom Skull. Take all that down. He blocks it, unfortunately. I don't have enough power to go and re-poison him, though I should probably go do that because that'll be enough to kill him out. We have a Frost Strike, so we'll go for that. We don't have our shield up anymore. Oh, I could have gone for it. I forgot. I should have done that first. Keep forgetting. When it's less than 13, we get an extra turn, so I could actually extra turn there and then done that, which would have done twice as much damage. So it won't really matter. If he will stop blocking, we could just instantly go into like one more ability. That'll pretty much be it. We could actually, I believe, just Swift Strike kill him if he doesn't block it. And there we go. And nope, he blocked it, of course. But next hit, we'll take him out. And we did extra turn off it, so it doesn't even matter what I do here. Stone Strike should be the kill, even if he blocks it. And dead. And let me now show the chest. Because this chest is what I was talking about when I said they basically took it from Puzzle Quest 2. What I'm always talking about. So this, as you can see, is kind of in the same concept in a way of Treasure Hunt. Obviously, if you know Treasure Hunt, is like somewhat familiar to you. But it works slightly differently in that you can't really take 5 times, because 5 times aren't actually 5 times in this game. It ends up making a really big vault kind of thing when you end up doing that, and you want to try getting them because they give you actually good weapons. 4 times, I believe, creates a little chest, but you want to try taking them for 5 times, and this is not actually a 5 times, moving this to the left. It's considered 2-3 times. You'd have to find a row or column of 5 times all in a row to actually have it as a legitimate 5 times. Like again, if I do that right there, like taking that up wouldn't really do anything. Also, you want to take your resources generally from the bottom and work your way up, kind of like how you would in a normal puzzle in Gems of War. There we go, very nice. And there we got a couple gold chests. We definitely want to go and connect those together if we can. Over here, we're going to want to get rid of a lot of these lower resources because the board's going to condense down and we're going to lose a good majority of that soon. So we'll go move the, oops. We'll go move that over. Get that chest. There's another gold one. Very nice. Unfortunately, we don't have any of them near each other other than that one. So we can get another gold chest there by taking an actual 5 times like that one, which is a real 5 times. And we get that cascaded down. Oh, I can't take those now because of how I just cascaded them. That's a little bad because I need to make sure I actually do get them. It's really important. So we'll go and let's take this over. Hopefully get some cascades going on there. Very nice, we did. And as you can see, we maxed out our little artifact things. Now we just need to go and try getting 2 gold chests connected. We have one over there, and we can go get one over here too. So we'll use our turns that way. Yeah, it'll condense the board, and then we can take both of these, and we'll be good to go. So we'll use our turn to grab that, and then we'll use our other turn to go grab this. And as you can see, we get an item for it. And then we'll go take another one. And we also get a bunch of gold and other resources too. And there we go. Now we get 2 weapons and the max amount of resources. And at this point, I believe we just get a little bit more gold, so it doesn't really matter what we do from here. But yeah, as you can see, kind of similar to Treasure Hunt, a little bit different. But this is basically where they got the idea of doing Treasure Hunt from, is this mini game from Puzzle Quest 2. And that's the end of the map, pretty much. Or not the map. Wrong game! This is the end of the, well, I don't even know what to call this. I guess a chest. And not much else I could really move from here. We'll move that over. And that's end. And let's see what we get from this. And we end up getting 639 gold and these items. Maybe we can choose which ones we actually want to take and all that. You do have a limited inventory, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, equipment. As far as equipment items. So both of these seem pretty useless. They'll just be sold off. But they can give you some pretty nice stuff sometimes. So obviously those will just sell later. They're both common. You can tell kind of by their border how good they actually are. But, oh, I forgot there's the take all button. I didn't need to do it like that. But anyways, let's continue with the quest. Oh, yeah, we're playing Puzzle Quest 2 at the moment because we're waiting on a treasure gnome, if you're wondering why we're doing that. Actually, if anyone's from my guild, let me know how much more time's on the treasure gnome. But yeah, we're basically waiting out the treasure gnome timer. We found one in PvP, but I don't want to leave it because if I do, then my guild won't end up getting it. So I'm waiting out the timer. And it happened when we had like 30 minutes remaining. So I obviously wasn't going to wait out 30 minutes. We did finish the current pet, right? That would have been a fail if I didn't. I think I did. I sure hope I did. I think we did. We did it immediately, and then we went over to PvP, and then we randomly found the pet. So yeah, we're basically just waiting out the pet timer in Gems of War, which is why we're playing Puzzle Quest 2 right now. But yeah, it gives us a good excuse to play Puzzle Quest 2, if nothing else. It's been ages. Actually, it's probably been like a year since I actually even bothered playing this game. I don't play it nearly as much as Puzzle Quest 1, that's for sure. Oh yeah, both of them I barely play, but I think I have like 60-something hours in Puzzle Quest 1, whereas 13 hours in Puzzle Quest 2, which is a relatively small amount of time. Oh, he just created a Doom Squad of one of those. That is almost nothing. It's all the way in the corner, where it will never see the light of day. Okay, we'll go take this, get some more fists. I need to get poison on them, which we now have enough battle points to go do. There goes a bunch of slime, brings in a little animation. Wild card too. Don't know if we'll actually be able to use that for anything good, or if he'll go and take it. We'll go take the blue for ourselves. I can actually take that skull right there by condensing all that. We can actually turn it too if we get a skull drop from this top. That, or we could take it for yellow, though we already seem to have enough yellow, so I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to activate this, because we automatically free turn it when we have less than 13. Grab that. Didn't get a skull, unfortunately. And he blocks it as well. Also, a lot of the images in this game look a lot more eviler than in Gems of War, even though some of the assets are literally the exact same. Not that many. There are a few. But, yeah, they do look eviler. Darker and eviler kind of themes. Alright, we'll go for the strike. It's yellow to purple, right? Oh, never mind. We don't need that. Let's just throw poison at him and start getting that per turn. And there it goes with another slime. Let's hope someone else in the guild isn't waiting. That would be hilarious. Though that wouldn't matter. That would actually be good if someone else was. I would get 2 white pet food instead of 1 if they were. It wouldn't really make that big a difference. That or they would get 2 white pet food. Either or. I'm pretty sure that has happened to guilds already. Like 2 different people like saving up their resources. And then they both do it like the exact same time. Salty said whichever person finishes their battle first is the one that will actually get the pet active. Though it'd actually be the more beneficial to be the one who gets it done second, because that would end up giving you, like I said, the extra pet food. He resisted my attack. That's also a mechanic that was in the Puzzle Quest games that it doesn't exist in Gems of War. It was pretty big in Puzzle Quest 1, not as big of a deal in Puzzle Quest 2. it wasn't as big of an aspect of it. Our spell resistance is 32%, is 9%. But the way that was done in Puzzle Quest 1 is you had resistances based on specific colors. So for example, you could have, let's say, a 5% resist. That 5% of the time when an enemy casts a blue spell, it would negate out the ability. It would take away the mana that they use for the ability, and then they wouldn't cast the ability. I feel like that mechanic may eventually come to Gems of War, mainly because it's going to be the easiest way to counter infinite spam, and they could just put it over top traits. So let's say, for example, like a 10% chance to negate out an ability whenever the enemy uses a red ability. The only reason why they might not add it, that I could possibly think of, is it might be too overpowered in Guild War days. Because if Evolve Guild Wars was hard now, just wait till there were like specific color resistances. That would make it even ridiculously hard, like near impossible to win, which I guess might be their main concern if they ever do add that, and just from the coding aspect of it. Yeah, it would be kind of cool if they eventually added it. It'd be the one thing that could be really, really decent at actually countering infinite spam. And it's what both the Puzzle Quest games did to counter it, to make sure that it wouldn't be too overpowered. Okay, we'll go and... we don't have any strikes that are useful, is it? Oh, no, we do. We'll go with Swift Strike. I don't have the double damage thing up yet, but still, it does decent damage regardless, even without it. We'll throw the Stone Strike now, too. It's really, these abilities are really good on the bigger boards as well. Smaller board on this is standard 8x8. It's not really that effective. But of course, the more gems on the board, the more damage it will do, because it does damage based on everything converted. Yeah, we'll go move that over. I'll go repoison him because he only has one turn left on it. Also, this thing does have heroic effort, though it doesn't say heroic effort like it did in the previous game. We'll go throw a stun at him. That'll stun him for 3 turns. I'll now go and stealthy myself. I lose my turn, but he loses multiple of his, so we'll be fine. How many more turns do you lose? 1 more, I believe it is. But I believe that does mean he loses his next turn. If that is the case, let's throw this down. Hopefully he still loses his turn, or I'm giving him a lot of purple right now. 52! Yeah, that could really start to stack into big numbers. Yes, good. Perfect. So we'll go grab this for our free turn. I can't take it for 5 times because this game doesn't work that way. How can I take the wild card? I could use this for red. Gives him a Doom Skull thing, though. Might as well just repoison him. And then throw a flail at him. Stone Strike, I did not have. I'm actually lacking the red. That's not the right strike I need at the moment. Oh, we can still use that, actually. Never mind. And then we can go and do Stone Strike if we get greens off this drop, which we didn't get, unfortunately. You can't drop that down. No way to go do that. That we can't go move. I guess we just take it for red. Then again, that gives him Doom Skull, of course. Oops, I just dropped my water. Luckily, it's closed. That's why I always use water bottles now. But, yeah, good thing. It's elbowing my water. Not good. Okay, well, we could just go take a standard skull, I guess. Doesn't really do that much damage, but, better than nothing. I'm invested in Puzzle Quest now. No, we'll be heading back to Gems of War. I'm just waiting until the pet goes up. Actually, it should probably be up by now. Red Devil. Oh, the pet has expired? Oh, never mind. I didn't see you say that. Okay, we'll finish out this battle then. And then go and head back to Gems of War. Okay, we'll go take the red down. And go from there. Go just for a claw. We'll go poison them again. Actually, how much more time on this poison? 6 more turns. Okay, that'll last pretty much the rest of the time. I'll just double flail him. If 1 criticals, that'll actually be the kill if he doesn't block it. Hopefully it's criticals. Nope, no critical. But that will almost kill it out. Ah, he blocked it too. But poison will still do the rest of the work. I don't need to do anything. I just have to pass every single one of my turns and he dies. So that's all we have to do. Wait it out. As I give him an extra turn. Probably shouldn't be doing that. At this point, it's really easy kill. Actually, I could probably just Swift Strike him at this point to kill him too. We have enough that we can go do a stealthy into Swift Strike. That should be the kill. And that's dead. Even if he blocks. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Oh wait, 1 HP, what are you doing? What are you doing with your 1 HP value? Alright, we'll Swift Strike him. Doesn't matter how much damage it does, it will do at least 1. And down he goes. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. Undeads have that weird trait where they keep living, don't they? Unless you have to kill them like several times over. There he goes. There you go, and that's that. Anyways, that's puzzle quest for now. I believe it auto saves. Save and exit. There we go. Back. And let's go back to Gems of War. Anyways, let me go and hide this layer, just in case it tries bringing something else up randomly when I don't want it to. And there we go. Anyways, pet gnome kill time. Let's go kill the pet gnome. And let me go bring the volume back up for Gems of War. And go from there. Open volume mixer. And there we are. Okay, so where were we? Let's go and throw these skulls down. Get a free turn. Throw an Infernus at it. Take a skull. Get an... Actually, let's go divine it. Take that. I do have to say, Gems of War's pace is so ridiculously quick compared to Puzzle Quest. Particularly compared to Puzzle Quest 2. But even just all the Puzzle Quest games, it is ridiculously quick. 4 times speed kind of helps that too, but even before 4 times speed, it was still relatively fast-paced. And there we go. Let's see what pet we get here. Ah, repeat again. Why? So many repeats. So many repeats. Okay, let's go and, why is it a blank screen? Hello? Game? Hello? Gems of War? There it is. Okay, let's go and get our pet. And I'll pretty much end the stream then. Let's go take our tribute. Let's go complete out our pet though. Oh, this was the redeem code from earlier. Also, thank you for subscribe, David. Much appreciated. But yeah, it gives the same reward as always. It's right below. Not sure if it's used up by now, but given that we were just streaming Puzzle Quest 2, I assume it's not used up yet. But yeah, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. The same reward as always. From the redeem code below if it's still active. Only used on PC mobile. Invite codes found are in settings. Redeem codes found right below or in chat. Well, actually, it's probably buried in chat by now. Used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Anyways, let's just go claim our PvP thing. Get our 1 win, apparently. How on earth did we win with that? Our defense team is Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, and a Vanguard. How did that win? It doesn't even use yellow. Despite the Vanguard creating yellow. Okay, let me go complete our pet then. This one's already a repeat, but still, we need to get them nonetheless. I'll go use the normal team. I'm not going to use them all. Let me go use the standard normal team with a Mercy. Divine. We have a not a Penglong. What's it called? We have a, oh, what's it called? We have a, peace pigeon. We have a peace pigeon now for that bonus, so that will help us out. I don't know why I forgot its name. Random name forgetting. If anyone still has any other questions or anything, let me know. We'll go over them in chat. Are the pet gnomes going to be here every week like treasure gnomes? Yes. They have an event where the week drop more often. As far as more often, we do not know. We don't know if during a treasure gnome event, if pet gnomes will also be more common or what the deal with that is. We don't currently know. We won't really know until the next one happens or if they leak the information somewheres. But at the current moment in time, we have no information on that to my knowledge. But hopefully they get increased, though to my knowledge, the answer is no on that. But we'll find out when it actually happens. But yeah, I don't know if there's ever going to be anything that increases their rate. That'd be really cool if they did. You'd basically be able to get one every single hour really consistently. You already kind of can if you have a really active guild. But it'll be even easier once, if they were to have an event for it, obviously. But I don't think they will, mainly because they technically do have an event for it, and it's every like week, basically, where they give one for free for 24 hours. I know that's basically the opposite of an event, because technically you can't get any other ones during that time. But because of that, I believe they won't actually be doing it. But I'm not certain. We'll find out in the future. But we'll just have to kind of see as time goes by. Did I find all the pets yet? No. We're still at 20 out of 36. We have found 4 pets this stream, but all 4 of them were repeats. Which is why I said during the previous stream, and several times now, that we're halfway done. Because even though we're halfway there, we're actually further than halfway there. Because there's a high possibility we'll just keep getting the same ones over and over again. Of course, getting halfway is the easier part, since every single one you get pretty much is a new one. But now we're getting a lot of repeats. Like every single one today. As I mentioned, 4 pets today. All repeats. Okay, we'll go and throw this down. But yeah, we've been getting one every single hour during the stream. It's actually pretty nice. I think it was slightly less than that, but yeah, about every hour and 10 minutes, every hour 20 minutes or so, this stream we end up getting one. And we already had one right at the beginning of the stream. Okay, we'll go throw a furnace down. What would be a good exchange for Infernus in this team? I guess you could try getting away with Garuda. He doesn't have any extra turn potential though, but it does a similar amount of damage, at least off its ability, and it starts to stack up more and more over time. What is the Tower Kingdom next week? It's oh, I forget its name. It has some kind of really weird name. But yeah, we're getting a new kingdom next next Friday. And it's bringing in a bunch of mechanics that have Doom Skulls. Or a bunch of troops that have Doom Skulls. It's going to be nice. The 2 legends from the kingdom are going to be ridiculously good. Particularly the brown-blue with 65% skull reduction and a convert onto Doom Skulls. Actually, both of them have a convert onto Doom Skulls. Both of which will be nice. But the double convert of the brown-blue one with skull resist was probably going to be the better one, most likely. Oh, what's the Tower Kingdom next week? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant something else. Invasion next week will be Whitehelm. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Not Whitehelm. That's the event for next week. The tower will be... One second. I don't have the link for it up at the moment. 1 second. I believe it's something divine related, though. Let's see. Back to main page. Troop spoilers... Accidentally closed this when I was messing with my tabs earlier. And what is it again? We have this one. It's either divine or human. Given that it's a Whitehelm week, I would probably say it is divine. Oh, wait, that's for bounty hunter. Never mind. Wrong one. My bad. That is... Yep, it's divine. Next week will be used 4 times divine. Oh! We can use this team for next week's invasion. I didn't even think about that. Like, literally, the exact team we're using right now, we can use for next week's invasion. That didn't hit me until literally right now. Also, if you need a budget version of this team, replace Infernus with the Ray Troop for next week's invasion. Wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah, we can use 4 times divine, and this is 4 times divine. That's funny. I might not even use the Ray Troop next week. We can literally just use this team. I don't know how well it'll skill up, but if we really want to see what this team can do, that is a good time to go test it. We're probably eventually going to need to switch into something else, but yeah, we can legitimately just use exactly what we're using right now. Nothing needs to be changed. You can use just the exact same thing. We're using 4 times divine. Edit team. Pets, I mean not pets, bonuses. 4 unique divine troops, full divine, all 4 of them. And that's what you're going to need to use in Invasion next week. Yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. Still missing Mercy? Well, you could use the Raid Troop there if you have Infernus still, and you want to go down that route. You could go use that in first slot. Of course, for PvP and stuff, you'd still need to use it, but if you don't have a Mercy, the next alternative for this team is just use an Alchemist. A little bit clunkier, but still gets your job done. It's also not divine, so you don't get the starting mana, but it does have +1 red, which does come into play if you actually had Infernus second traded, because you get the Firestorm, which creates more reds onto the board, which would synergize with it. Yeah, Mercy is one of those epics that tends to kind of be elusive. All the non-kingdom epics can sometimes be a little hard to obtain. Sometimes they feel as rare as legends, if you're specifically trying to hunt down a specific one. Okay, let's go and, I guess just throw this onto, you know, we'll smooth that over. I don't need to throw it anywhere, so we'll go and throw this onto blue now. Get that going. Do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Go grab that. All that condenses down, get the explosion in there. And now we just need one more. Anything that we could hit it with will kill it. And yeah, we have alignment dead. And there we go. Yeah, I don't think anyone in the entire game has found every pet yet. It would probably be posted on the forum by now if someone has, but I haven't seen any posts on it. It probably will happen soon. Pretty sure by the end of this week, someone will have all of them. Probably even by the end of this weekend, because I'm pretty sure some people have free time this weekend and are probably grinding out like 12 hours today and tomorrow. I'm not going to be going that heavy on it, though I will be kind of idling it the rest of the day, because I'm pretty sure my guild will be finding quite a few too, since, again, it is the weekend, so the weekend's probably going to be the best time to actually pet farm, because most people would be free on the weekends. Not everyone, of course, but most jobs that do tend to run in a way that does have weekends free, or at least more commonly than any other time. Okay, let's go and we'll go throw Furnace down. Why not? Get that going. And no alignment, or at least no useful alignments. Go grab that down. Condense everything so it all becomes closer together. Still doesn't really help us much though. I don't even have a diviner to go throw down. I can't even throw it on red or something. So we'll go do this on, I guess we'll just throw a Mercy. Lank Mercy into one of our casts. So if nothing else, we can just throw in Furnace at this point. We'll go do that. Get the Furnace down. And down it goes. Since you don't have any one of them, you've tried Guard's Avatar, and that works. Oh yeah, you could use Guard's Avatar in this team. That works perfectly fine. You would have a liability of not having an armor buff for it, but assuming you win quick enough, that wouldn't even matter. I'm just going to repick real quick. We're running Mercy variant. Just want to do it until we get a good starting board. I normally don't bother repicking, but it's might as well. Wanted to get greedy with our manas. Alright, now this board's even worse. Come on, just give us a 4 times or 5 times yellow. Not that hard. Come on. There we go, we're good enough. There we go, grab that down. Condense all that. There we go, that's much better. There we go, that's what I want to see. And that's why we repicked multiple times. It is worth doing, especially if you're having troubles with them at all. Obviously we don't have trouble with them, but it does speed it up if we don't really have extremely good boards. So it's always worth considering doing the repick spam. Okay, we'll see if we have a divine in here. I don't think I have a throw anywheres. We'll go and throw that, I guess, just get the explosion, go from there. And then we'll just have the last pet battle to do, and that will pretty much wrap it up. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them now. Because we'll be doing this battle and then the next battle, and that'll be it. We will be back later tonight, though. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 6.5 hours from now. And we'll be doing that. Just doing the normal stuff, going over raids. I believe we're not even finished with raids yet. Lately, it's been taking us all the way till Sunday, which is fine. That just means more people in the guild has been not spending as much on it. But as long as everyone's doing at least like tier 3, we should be fine. Problem is the people doing nothing. They need to get on that. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. We got 1 fairy and a decent amount of purples. Oh, we got 3 amethysts dropped, so that's really bad. Whenever you get those jewels, it's just... I don't know, it's just horrible. Really, really horrible. The jewels are worth about... if you don't count the souls, assuming you have infinite souls like we do, if you just count it from the aspect of the amount of pet food it gives you, 1 amethyst drop, or anytime it gives you those jewels, it's about the equivalent of 1/6 of a white food is about how much it is. And white food is 1 white food, and a color food is basically 2 white food. That's basically how you can look at the scaling of it. But yeah, it's about 1/6 the value of a of the white food. So that's pretty bad. Plus, that's assuming you have infinite souls. If you don't, it's even cheaper than that in a way, because you have to throw 1,000 souls just to be able to claim it once you've gotten like 6 drops of them. Because each drop is about 20 to 30 of whatever the jewel is, and you need 150 in order to create a food color. Plus 1,000 souls. Okay, well, we'll go and throw that down. Get Doomskull poke. Oh no, he moved my team, and we might lose Divine Ishpala. Guess it's not that big a deal, but still, I don't want to lose her. That's one of our main damage sources, and we were about to lose her. Oh well. We could solo it with just Infernus, especially if we get a magic buff. There we go, that's exactly what we needed. Still would have won without the magic buff, but it speeds it up a little bit. And we'll go do that on green now that we don't have a convert for that anymore. Throw that down. I actually could throw Mercy, but we'll save it for the new board. Nothing really good to do it on. I guess we could set it up. Oh, no, never mind. That wouldn't even do that. I guess we'll throw Mercy. Why not? Barely gives us anything, but still go for it. Might have some kind of follow-up. It is enough mana to actually cast, so there we go. Got a little summon, but it just dies out. And it protected the thing. We would have just won right there if he didn't do that. But we just get that mana up. Find a yellow extra turn, and that's match. Way overkill. And down it goes. Does Mang, Queen Isabel, Herald, and Queen Isabel Knight Coronet for raid boss? Wait, what? Mang, Queen Herald, Queen Isabel, Knight Coronet for raid boss. Yeah, that would be perfectly fine. Instead of Knight Coronet, I'm using Sir Gawain in the last slot. But I guess you could get away with Knight Coronet if you want to, if you don't have a Sir Gawain. I would highly advise using Sir Gawain instead, though. While it is less damage, it does have summon, and it can definitely keep you protected. Let's see, how many fairies do we have? Oops, not what I meant to do. Do we have enough to go and upgrade it yet? Pets. Fairy, fairy, fairy. Where is it? No, we still don't have enough. Yeah, we got a lot of repeats, but we didn't really get enough to actually upgrade anything. Because 2 of the repeats we got were already upgraded. The Mimic and the Bunny. So we weren't able to do anything with that. The Bunny's actually upgraded even though you can't see it. It's because I haven't leveled it. There's no point in me leveling it. It's just a waste of blue food, which is why I haven't. Actually, how much is my blue food reserves these days? We're starting to actually build a reserve of every color, which I guess is nice because we'll be needing it. I have a lot of white pet food saved too. I'm saving these for when we really start getting into some of the bigger troops that we'll need. Like, for example, when the Wyvern gets released and stuff like that. Because I'm not going to buy multiple copies of it when it first gets released. I'm just going to do it for the normal event and then just white pet food it like crazy. But things like that. I haven't used a single white pet food yet, if I'm not mistaken, unless I accidentally misclicked on one of the screens. But I'm trying not to use any if I can. Or at least as minimally as possible. Oh, so that looks pretty good, that white pet food. I don't know why. All these other pet foods don't really look that appetizing, but the heart does with the little bite out of it. I don't know why. But it does look a little bit more appetizing to me than all the other ones. Who am I still missing? I'm still missing these. I'm missing Oreo, which is best in slot for, or really good for green. I'm missing Billy Kid for Pan's Veil, which is useless. Krabby, which is really good, is for Blue Guild War Day. I'm missing Palabella, which is Centaurs, which wouldn't really use that more often than not. We are missing a Fennekit, which is another one of the really good ones. It's Red Guild War. Griffling I'm missing, which is also really good. It's Yellow Guild War. Mini Moa I'm missing, which is really adorable. It's useless, but I do want it for adorableness. It's actually my second favorite lucking troop. But it does a Strix bonus. We have the Minotaur, which is Taurus bonus, useless. Moon, which is basically as good as a Mimic, though slightly less good, but still decent. It's a soul version of the other ones. I would still say that the Mini Mimic is the absolute best in that regard, but Moon's still really nice, especially if you haven't done your soul grinding yet. Since I've already done all my soul grinding, Moon isn't really as useful for me, so I might not even throw gems at it. But there are definitely a lot of people, if you haven't done your soul grind yet, if you're still planning on doing like a few million soul grind to go get Dawnbringer and everything fully leveled, definitely highly advised to go get a Moon to like 3% or 4% or something. It might cost a lot of gems, but in the long run, it might actually save you more time overall. So if you have the gems to throw it, it is advised to try getting this thing a little bit upgraded, because he will help you a lot. Even if you don't, I guess it's not that big a deal. If you only get him to 2%, that's still 2% more than what you had before. But definitely really, really nice if you haven't done your soul grind yet. Short, long, Shentang bonus, not really useful. Kedar bonus, not really useful. Pride Lands, again, not useful. Naga, not useful. Darkstone, not useful. Urska's not useful. Dragonclaw, only useful for early games, not really useful this late in the game. So yeah, the only really big pets we're missing is Green Day, Blue Day, Red Day, Yellow Day, and Soul Grind. Those are the only 5 I'm really missing at the moment, and I guess technically Whelp. We could use some 3x teams, though. Generally, we'd be better off with the Wormling when that comes in, and using that. Though I still want it because it's so adorable. Also, I still need to go and recolor this guy to be correct. Cute little guy. But, yeah, we'll mess with all that later. But these are all the ones we're missing at the moment. Yeah, we're actually missing 5 of the core troops. Like, 5 of the top 10 we're missing. Even though we have more than half. We're missing half of the really good ones, unfortunately. But we'll get them in time. Hopefully we'll get them all before Guild Wars. It hasn't even been a week yet, so we still have a whole nother week. Should be able to get them by then, hopefully. Also, if one of them is about to time out and you really want it, you could go throw 175 gems on. If you throw 175 gems on one of them, you could instantly get the pet. If you, let's say you only have like, let's say 2 minutes left, and you're like, oh no, I only have 2 minutes left. I'm only gonna get like 2 or 3 baskets here, and I won't get the pet off it. You can go throw 175 gems. Well, it is questionable if that is worth it. To people that have a lot of gems, it could be worth considering. I've only done that once so far. And of course, I did it all the way for Mimic, but I only did it once to tier 3. And this will guarantee give you 1 copy of it. So if you're coming in late and you're like, oh, there's a pet here that I really want, and I don't have any copies of it yet, but I really, really want it, you can go do that and just do it up to 175. Is it worth doing that? It's questionable. But yeah, if you had 0 copies and you wanted to get to 1, that's the one instance where it might be worth it. Especially if you wanted it for like visual purposes or something. If it was one of them that you've been wanting for a while and wanted to get it that way. Yeah, it's 175 gems. But you do get, what is that? 6 baskets? So 6 baskets, 4 white food, and 1 pet. Barely worth it. It would depend how much you'd really want that pet, is how worth it would be. But that is the one of the few instances where you may be tempted to actually throw that down. Anyways, guys, let's see. Was there any other questions? I don't believe I missed any. I went over that, went over that, went over that. I believe I went over everything. I already answered that as well. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading off for now. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We will be back later tonight in about 6 hours from now, 6.5 hours, to go do the raids and all that good stuff. Still really interesting raids, since we can go and use the Mang into Queen Isabel. Really nice combo this week, that's for sure. Other than that, we'll be going over all the new troop stuff tomorrow night. And what was your question? Will they fix that you can't get rewards after event ends while doing it? That is really weird. Someone said it goes to your mail if you don't claim it, though. So, did you double check your mail? But, yeah, hopefully they fix that glitch if you are losing resources for not doing it. I always make sure to claim all mine. But someone did mention earlier, though I haven't actually seen it myself because I've never had it happen to me yet. But someone mentioned that it would come up in your mail. So double check your mail and see if it's there. And if it's not there and you didn't get it by any means, then yeah, that probably did happen, unfortunately. But yeah, do make sure to claim them. Don't accidentally forget to claim your rewards. Similar with everything, it's like event gems as well and stuff like that. Do make sure to claim them all before it expires, because if it expires, I don't believe you get to claim them. That or it goes to your mail, one or the other. It does go to your mail? Okay. I didn't know for sure, because I haven't seen it happen yet, but people have been mentioning that. But people have also been mentioning that they've been losing resources. So it could have been because they didn't check their mail, who knows. But yeah, check your mail, check your collected mail too, because you might have accidentally collected it and not even noticed it. You never know. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for coming down. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And best of luck with the pet grind, and best of luck if you're opening up keys for anything. Do keep in mind, though, save some of your resources for the kingdom next Friday, and save all of your event keys for either the, well, probably for the next kingdom. Not next Monday, but the following Monday is when you would use that to go get all the new kingdom stuff. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck, and goodbye, everyone. Oh, enjoy Cinco de Mayo. I almost forgot to even mention anything about it. Yes, it is Cinco de Mayo today. And hope you all enjoy for any of you that do celebrate the holiday. And goodbye, everyone.